Well, that's bizarre. Don't know why it did that all of a sudden, out of the blue. Let me go to my channel, see what happened there. No, not the fucking... God. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it clipped that as its own thing. Wonder why it did that. That's bizarre. Well, either way, here we are again, I guess. Maybe it didn't like me humming the reprise there. I don't know. But we'll have to cut that as its own little section out in case anyone's watching the archive and they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, the first 5 minutes where it basically just sits just got chopped because OBS disconnected for some bizarre reason. Hopefully that does not continue to happen because I would be pissed, but what can you do, right? So I'll take a drink and we'll get started right now. Because I don't know, man. I'm just the fall guy here. I'm just the one who sits here and plays the games. I'm not the Twitch server technical troubleshooter. I'm not the OBS studio troubleshooter. Somebody else needs to figure that part out. I'm just here to beat the monsters. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy II, the stream edition. Last time, well, we destroyed the Dreadnought, so that was good, but we went to Dist, the island of Dist, in an attempt to recruit the Dragoons and the Wyverns to our cause, and found out that there was 1 Wyvern left and 0 Dragoons left, and then the last Wyvern died after giving us the last Wyvern egg, and I have no friggin' idea when that's gonna hatch, so that was a bust. But hopefully, when we report our failure today, Gordon and Hilda will still be gung-ho about whatever the next phase of their plan is, so we'll have to see. Yeah, that was what happened when I talked to her as well. It's kind of concerning, if I'm honest. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah. What, like, raw? Live? Did she cough up the bones afterwards? You know what, I don't think I want the answer to that question. Well, that's not good. What's that supposed to be all about? I was gonna say maybe it's a delicacy in Finn, but then again, we're from Finn, so we would know that, yeah, no, that wouldn't be surprising. So yeah, everybody's kind of taken notice of the fact that the princess is behaving in an incredibly bizarre way. And, well, I mean, the king's death probably affected her pretty deeply, but not like this, so. This guy's also acting in a strange way because he doesn't have any sass for me about my failure from my last mission, even though we did in fact fail in our mission to recruit the Dragoons. So that's something. Yeah, that's the impression I got too, Gordon, and I don't know what to do about that. I mean, I tried talking to her, but I mean, I guess I could try again. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I could try again. So, before we go into the princess's bedchambers, the one thing I'd like to mention is that last time we did in fact go for a bit of length on the episode, and there was a reason for that. I'll talk about it in a little bit here. But as a result of me going for a bit of length on the last episode, we might go for a little less length today, so maybe closer to 2.5 hours. We'll see how it all goes, and we'll see how I'm feeling by that point in time. But that's the plan. So, I don't know, let's get to whatever this plan's supposed to be. Princess? Oh, okay, the next phase of the plan? Or is this a more private discussion that you have planned for me? I get the feeling the latter is the... Yeah, okay, well... Yeah, with one ear glued to the door, right, Maria? Alright, so what do you want to discuss that's so important that you need me in your bedchamber, makeshift bedchamber, okay. Oh my god. Princess, what the hell are you thinking? What will the court magistrates say about something like this? I'm a commoner. Firion, I feel like you should probably put the chastity belt on there, brother, because this is about to get really bizarre. And now it's even more bizarre than it was a minute ago. I ate her, and you're next! My turn! See, you wasted your turn transforming into a snake lady. Now I get to waste my turn getting my party in position and getting Gordon playing my theme music. Oh, this track is so good. It's just one of those tracks that sticks with me because it's like, okay, so every other boss so far in the game, it's been kind of like this. It's a boss, but it's more mysterious than it is threatening. This boss is honestly more like, this is the Fierce Battle theme, so it's a little bit more of a serious fight. And they bring all of the brass and all of the percussion to this one and just say, nope, yeah, this boss is tough, but you are prepared. It's time for a counterattack. And I love the fact that the other boss track kind of has this feeling of like the monster is more threatening than you are, I guess, kind of, because the music is more towards them, the mysterious nature of them, because most of them are from hell. Whereas this one is very triumphant in the way that it's presented. It gives you this good feeling of, nope, you can do it. Kick their ass. So, oh yeah, big fan of this one. Good job, Tsuyoshi Sekito, on this one. So we have to fight the Lamia Queen, and it turns out Barrier was a good move because she has a tendency to inflict mind elemental status effects on you that obviously will not be very good for us. So we're going to try to just avoid that altogether by getting Barrier up before she does it. There we go. It's not the most annoying thing she can do in this fight, but we'll talk about it if she actually gets to the most annoying thing. Yeah, there's the charm. So that's a mind elemental attack. It'll inflict the Confuse status on you, but Confuse is a temporary status ailment. It usually goes away at the end of the turn, and if it doesn't, we have a Unicorn Horn to heal it now, so I'm not really super concerned about it. As for the rest of this, let's have Maria get Berserk up. I try to get Curse, but it's tough because she has a lot of magic defense, so I don't really think we need to, but Layla's ready. Guy can start attacking. Firion can get some blinks up, and then Maria can get Berserk, and we can go from there. I think the only trouble with this fight is that it doesn't really last very long. She's only got like 1200 HP, so not going to be particularly challenging. I do appreciate the boss music being here, but she needed more HP to really be as threatening as the boss music makes her sound like she is, you know? So, is this still 5? No, that's 6. Okay, so we've got all the Gus spells at this point. And probably either Guy or Layla will kill her with the next attack/spell. That won't do it. That should do it, though. Okay, never mind. She survived. I don't know. If you can get a shell off Firion, that'd be great, but something tells me you're not going to get it off there, man. Yeah. Didn't think so. So she didn't do the most annoying thing she can do in that fight. She has access to Blink 16 in that fight, which will make her completely impossible to hit with physical attacks, so don't even try it. She also, here's the thing, this is one of the reasons why I was going for a bit of length on the previous episode, because I wanted to see how much of a pain in the nuts it would be to kind of do some resetting here, because the Lamia Queen has some really, really good drops that she can drop. She'll drop 15,000 gil if she doesn't drop any items, but she can drop a gold hairpin, she can drop the ultimate cuirass in the game, a diamond cuirass, she can drop a protect ring, she can also drop a ribbon, just a straight up ribbon for you at this point, and it's really powerful. It gives you a massive magic defense boost. Might be worth it to stick around here just to get it, honestly, but it's the rarest drop she has, and it took me like 40 minutes to get her to drop one, so I said, nah, it's fine. I'll get one later. I need to save all of my RNG drop rate stuff for, like, Soul of Rebirth, because that's where I actually need to get good RNG on the drop rates on stuff. And a gold hairpin from her, I'll take it. You know, like, there's 2 in the game total, so a third one will just help us out in terms of getting some agility boosts. I can give that to Guy now and not have to take one off of Farion, so that's good. Enough to know that you gotta... I mean, you kept it in your pants, but yeah, there you go. Easy for you to say, but it's a good question. I also like how Maria and Guy both nod in agreement after Layla says
It's been another
that
month.
thing.
Oh,
So.
I missed the funny scene.
Welcome back, Marie. Thank you for 34 months. That is trideca quadrichromatic, or trideca tetrachromatic, something like that. Yeah, we just got done with the funny scene. I didn't want to wait too long because for some godforsaken reason, Twitch cut off. Well, OBS Studio disconnected and reconnected at the 4.5 minute mark, and that caused Twitch to cut a video into 4.5 minute chunks, even though that was literally just the beginning where I'm just setting up. So I didn't want to wait too long in case internet connection was going to be spotty for some reason today. So I said, let's just go and see if we can get it over with before another problem arises, because knowing my luck, it would have. I'm going to knock on wood, so hopefully it doesn't happen. There we go. Oh, okay, so let's catch everybody up to speed here. The princess that we rescued from the Dreadnought was a stiff. She was a fake. The Lamia Queen was posing as the princess. The real princess has been held in Palamecia this whole time, and she is now a prize at the Colosseum. Like a literal life prize at the Colosseum. And Gordon wants in, so Layla, I guess you're out, and Gordon can come into the party. Fair enough. So there's now a pirate captain running the rebel army. You know, I would be more surprised, but that's probably happened more often than I'm willing to bet, because I don't know enough history. But yeah, so Gordon's going to join us one last time for the trip to Palamecia. Once you get there and you rescue the princess, he's out, actually, of the party for the rest of the game, so just, you know, get him whatever you want to get him. I think we have an extra ruby cuirass for him. I actually have 2. I don't know where I got the second one from. It's not Layla's equipment. She keeps her equipment when she leaves the party. But, well, either way. I've got to get him a couple of other upgrades, though. The Werebuster at this point is not really going to cut it. So I'm going to go back to Mysidia, and I'm going to get him a power staff and some Thief's Gloves. And then once we have both of those, we can make our way to Palamecia itself. So, but first, let's head over to the item shop, and we'll sell off all of our hard-earned loot that we found in Dist. And I don't know if I have to restock. I might need a couple of things, but probably not too much. Did I buy to 20 on these? I think I did. Yeah, I did, because I was trying to have like 4 of each times 5, so that way I would just have them in case I needed them. So we need a few ethers. Probably 2 cottages is enough, but I'll see. And then I'll keep the spider silks because I might actually use them for the next boss, which is not too long away. Don't need this acid vial, so we'll get rid of that. Don't need the mithril mirror, so we'll get rid of that. Keep the fire and the blizzard, but not the hellfire. We can get rid of those. Don't need sleep. 4,000 gil for each sleep tome, though, so that's a kick in the pants in terms of the amount of gil I'm getting. Don't need stun. Don't need stop. Don't need warp. Get rid of those. Don't need blind. Another 2,000 gil for each of those. Gonna keep berserk though, because that's pretty handy. Don't need blink. Don't need the mage's staff. Got like 3 wing swords, none of which I'm gonna use. So we'll get rid of those. Mithril shields. We can get rid of those. Flame bow. Goodbye. Definitely not using a mithril helm or mithril armor, so we can get rid of that. Don't sell the gold hairpin that we just got. That's pretty good, so I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna give that right to Guy, actually. Knight's armor, get rid of that. We can get rid of Gordon's old Silver Cuirass. Again, I don't know where I got this 6th one. I must have gotten it from a chest or something. Or maybe I just bought one too many. I wasn't paying attention. Either way, get rid of it. And I think we're cleaned out at this point. I can get some gold needles and stuff now to restock. Just grab up to 20 of those. And then we'll give Guy his prize because I'm going to give him the gold hairpin because he has the lowest agility out of anybody. So I'm going to let him hold on to it so he can start building on agility. The thing that I've noticed anecdotally is that this is less to do with agility and more to do with his intelligence, is that intelligence and spirit in this game seem to go up more. Again, this is just anecdotal. I don't have any hard evidence on this, but they seem to go up more when you use non-damaging spells. I'm not sure why that is, but that's why Guy's intelligence, at least anecdotally, I think, is not quite as high as it could be, is because of the fact that we just haven't had any damaging spells for him to use. So, or we haven't had any non-damaging spells for him to use other than Curse. So unless I'm using Curse, it's like, okay, well, now, you know, now we've actually got something for him to do, but I'll buy one cottage, why not? And then I think we're good from there. I gotta make sure my money's not going too far, because I need to buy a few things for Gordon and Mysidia, so. But yeah, welcome back, Marie. Last time we did a lot. We blew up the Dreadnought, we got the ship, went to Mysidia early to get the Ogre Killer for Maria. Went to the Tropical Island to go shopping for Ruby Cuirasses. Went to Dis, did the whole cavern. Our stats are probably still way lower than most people's. Oh boy. But yeah, other than that, we're all head full. When we get the 3rd gold hairpin, I might give it to Maria at the moment, because she's not really... I don't really have anything planned to stick in her headpiece until... Well, actually, I guess I could... You're gonna get, like... There's 3 pieces of equipment that you'll get that are considered light armor that also boost strength by 10 that we're gonna get in a little while, so... Maybe I'll just stick all 3 of them on her. After the first 2, she won't really need them because she's got enough natural strength now to where only 2 pieces are needed to get her 99% accuracy, but, you know, there you go. So here's where I'm at, by the way. Mysidia is down here. I like to go to this little inlet when I'm coming to Mysidia for the first time, quote-unquote, like not when I'm going here early where I'm going out here and all the way down and around and into this little peninsula. When I'm coming here for a specific, like, the actual story directs me here, this is usually where I park, and then I just go down that way. Because then I don't have to sail all the way down and around, because when you come here for the story in a little bit, your destination is right here. So then you're kind of like halfway between the both of them. Now the question is, are we going to get into more difficult encounters on our way there? This is one of them, kind of, because those imps can cast... Are these the ones that can cast Confuse 16? I don't remember. I'm going to put up a barrier anyway, but I don't remember if they can or they can't. I think this werewolf is considered a... whatchamacallit, though? A werebeast, so the werebuster will probably still do pretty good damage to it. We'll put up a barrier just so that way, because at level 5, if it hits 3 out of those 5 levels, barrier will block mind elemental spells like Confuse, so that should help a little bit. And then, I don't know, I guess go with Shell. You did pretty good against that other guy, so let's just do that again, and then, I don't know, just top off and beat each other up. So say, I'm not sure if that'll be enough, but no, it was. Very good, very good. And that takes care of that. At this point, we should be able to handle the enemies around here, though, because, I mean, in a little bit, we're going to be coming here for the story anyway, so... We should have not too much of a problem handling them. Gordon might have a little bit of trouble because he's, like, not quite as powerful in terms of his evasion, but, yeah, it should be okay. These black flans are the highest level of flan enemy you'll find in the regular game, and they are pretty good. Did we find any of these back on the island? I don't remember if we did or we didn't, but they're a pretty good source of attack. Like, you can attack them and get some good gains out of it because they they just have a lot of defense, so it helps a little bit to just attack them outright. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to do this, and then we'll just kind of have Guy go down the line. I think this one was weak to electricity, because yeah, the yellow ones are weak to fire. You might think in those particular cases, okay, well that means the black flans are weak to ice, right? Well, actually, they are also weak to fire, but that's okay, we'll figure that part out later. I was kind of hoping that the barrier that I put up would prevent the poison, but sure, that's fine. Maybe I'll give Gordon a blink just so that way he can kind of get through that stuff. And Guy, you just go nuts with your fire spells. We should be able to get Guy an MP increase at this rate too, because Furion got one in the boss fight there. These guys are like rank 4 or 5, I don't quite remember. I think 4 probably is a better guess than 5. Because 5 is kind of high. I mean, the Lamia Queen was rank 7, I think, which would explain why we got all the stats that we did. Because at rank 7, you have a high chance of raising any given stat, like the highest chance, because that's the highest ranked enemy. So I'm just going to let them whack that thing upside the head for a little bit, if I'm honest. I don't really care if they tear through it or not. It's got quite a lot of defense, so I'm kind of okay with just wasting a couple of rounds letting them seeing if they can fish for crits, you know? So, it's like Maria's got enough evasion to where it doesn't matter. She won't be able to... I don't think she'll be able to get hit unless she gets real unlucky. And Gordon's got Blink now, so he should be fine. Maybe a couple more rounds, and we'll let Gordon kind of hang out with his 233 HP. We'll heal him next battle. Hey, he's got the same HP as Furion now. Then we'll let Guy finish this thing off. Alright, there we go. Yeah, these black flans have a lot of HP compared to most of the flans. Like, those green slimes that we fought back in the cavern in Summit Falls, they only had like 20 HP, but there's an intelligence boost. That's not terrible. But yeah, those ones have like 400 or something like that. It's kind of ridiculous. Alright, so Maria's at almost level 9, so that's good. Gordon's moving his way up in the world, so that's also good. Might as well, because, you know, it'll only help him. So, alright, back in Mysidia. Let us buy a couple of things. First, I'm going to go to the inn, though, and then I'll grab an antidote, I think, from the item shop as well. So, I don't even mind that I'm getting all the whatchamacallit, all the money that we have to spend at the inn now. It's like, okay, whatever. Just take it out of my pocket. Before it'd be like, oh, I got to cure myself, so I lowered the cost of the inn price, but no, not anymore. we are in the money, and I haven't even done all the stuff with the snowcraft yet either, to get all of the extra rewards out of it. I think I don't know if I mentioned it, but the snowcraft, the last thing that you can do with it that's a little bit of a different thing than what we've been doing with it is that if you get your, what do I need? Power staff, that's what I need. If you get a toad spell from the captains back in Fynn, which, by the way, if you want to fight the captains before going to the Colosseum in Palamecia, this is your last chance to fight them. Once you do that, they're going to be gone for the rest of the game. You'll be able to find them in random encounters, but, excuse me, they'll be gone for the rest of the game after that, in terms of, like, being guaranteed encounters in Fynn. So, if you want to fight them, you should probably do it now before you go there. So, before you go to the Palamecian Coliseum, that is. So, just food for thought. And Thief's Gloves, what was I saying? Yeah, so if you get a toad spell from them, though, and you get it to level 16, which, I mean, we're struggling along with level 5 and level 6 spells at this point, so you can imagine that a level 16 spell would take a hell of a long time to grind up. But if you do manage to get it there, and you go to the snowcraft, two things are going to happen there. So the first thing that'll happen is that all of the gil rewards will be doubled because you have a mastered spell in your inventory, so you'll always get double the rewards. So like if you were getting 10,000 before, you'll get 20,000. Also, the item table for all of that will change. All of the Snowcraft minigame will change over, because all of the cards will change from the characters to their Toad portraits, and the rewards you'll get will be different, which is a good way of getting, for example, endgame level armor that's really heavy, and multiple Aegis shields. There's only one of them normally available in the game, and that sort of good stuff. So if you want it, you can go do that, but again, that's going to take a long time to do, so I would not recommend it. It's way too much work in my opinion. I don't know if these flying rays are weak to Blizzard. I think only the sand ray variants are, but that's okay. Also fighting rhinoceroses. What is the plural of rhinoceros anyway? We're fighting 2 of them at the moment. Which is kind of funny to me specifically because when we go back to the tropical island, those guys are actually a boss. Like, we'll fight them as the boss of the area when we get to the tropical island again. So, yeah, I mean, I guess since they're a boss, I can use Berserk, right? I don't know. I'm just faffing around at this point. I was gonna say, I think that guy should be just about done now. He'll be done after this spell. I think flying rays have like 750 HP, I want to say. These bighorns have like, I don't remember if it's 1400 or 2000, but something ridiculous. Like some absolutely large amount, which is why I have no qualms whatsoever casting teleport on them. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll let everybody else go after the other one. It's too bad Guy doesn't have an instant death spell just yet, because he'd be able to flex it around here, but he does not, so we'll just have to make do with what we've got. I could have cast Curse, I guess. Maybe I can do that next turn. Because I don't think this guy's going to be dead yet. Yeah, no. He's got a lot of HP, so Curse might get away with it. Nope, never mind. 4 digits! I mean, I think we already hit for 4-digit damage on a weakness hit with Scourge or Blizzard last time, but Maria hitting for 4 digits melee damage is nice. Ow. Man, thanks for handing me half of my life on a silver platter just there. Holy cow. I guess Blink again. And then I didn't get to cast Fire last time in the last battle's rotation, so let's just do that. Get a little damage off. Take care of the rest with the other 2. And then some. Holy crap, Gordon. He's getting pissed that these guys poisoned him. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't want to be poisoned either. We'll take care of that after the fight. HP, agility, and stamina for him. That's nice. Alright, antidote a go-go. And then we'll heal that off while we're wandering around in the ocean on our way to the Colosseum, which is actually west of us, because we could go west from Mysidia, and this is Palamecia. The Colosseum is this left one, and then on the right is the castle. So we could go left, we could go all the way up and around, then down in the desert, but I'm just going to go on the ship. We'll go out of the inlet, and we'll head over to like this peninsula, and then we'll walk across the desert to get there. It's the way I usually go, so that's the way we'll go. If you want to, you could go up in there and get a quick preview of the Mysidian Tower, but you can't get in just yet. The door is locked, so not really much of a point. We'll have to come back when we have the key. If we have the key. I'll have to ask Minwu where we'll get the key, because I'm sure we'll see him again soon enough. We just gotta figure out what we're gonna do about getting Princess Hilda. Sorry, yawning in everybody's ear there. I should get Shell. Well, should I? I guess I should get it to 6. Barrier I can get to 6 as well, but we'll worry about that later. So I could also teleport these guys. But... And, you know, I could have also bought Firion Holy while I was there in Mysidia, but I'll buy Holy a little bit later. The thing about Holy, like I said, anecdotally, the fact that it's a damaging spell means that I generally don't get as much of a chance of boosting Spirit with it, at least in my experience. So we can get him some Spirit just by letting him continue to cast non-damaging spells, because, I mean, Teleport's still doing real good. It'll be level 7 very shortly, and that'll make things a lot easier for us. So, and his Spirit's already 58 by itself, so we're going to get a piece of equipment that boosts it by 10 later that he's going to wear for the rest of the game. So effectively, he has 68 spirit at the moment, which is very good. Very, very good. Because we're only going to be fighting enemies that are going to be higher on the ranks later on. So, all right, we're here. Let's walk across the desert. Fight the enemies while we are here. Did we fight the antlions already? I feel like we haven't fought the antlions already. I feel like I might have fought them while I was testing off screen, but I don't think we actually fought them. So, antlions, they are weak to Blizzard and they are weak to Scourge. So, yeah, I'm getting serious deja vu, but it might just be because of the fact that I fought them off screen. Either way, they're weak to ice and poison. So, apparently, it doesn't just work on rats, the poison. It also works on bugs. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's all poison, right? But we'll just bonk them on the head a few times and then they'll be done. If there were 3 of them, I could demonstrate the poison weakness, but I'm sure we'll see more of them in just a few minutes here. So, I was going to say, unless we get across the desert without... Up there they are! Without seeing any more, but that's not likely. I'm just going to use Blink. Blink's pretty good. It does pretty good for us. So. And here's the Scourge. Very nice. Nice bonk, Gordon. Yeah, that power staff is pretty strong for him. It'll keep him in pretty good shape in terms of his damage output with everybody else for a little while. So. And then we'll see if we can get... I'll just do Shell, so we can get that to 6. And then second verse, same as the first, basically, except this time with ice. Don't know quite how much HP they have, but it must be less than 510, because we just did about 510 between the 2 of them, so... Yeah, see, there's the more spirit increases that Furion keeps getting. Guy doesn't seem to be getting as many of them, but like I said, I think it might just be because of the fact that he's doing damage rather than not, so... Do I blanket cast a teleport here? I kind of want to blanket cast a teleport here. There's a lot of guys to deal with. And I feel like these land rays might be weak to Blizzard, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to give it a shot. But let's see how this does. Send them to another dimension. Oh my god. Goodbye. Well, that'll do. That's what happens when you get as much spirit as we have and you just blanket cast a spell. It's just like, okay, see ya. That battle would have taken like 3 minutes otherwise. Because they're not weak to ice. Alright, so there's the castle up in the mountains. We can't quite get there yet because we don't have a way of traversing the mountains yet, but we can get to the Colosseum, so, and I brought just the thing to let me be fresh up and ready to go, refreshed and ready to go before we get into a tussle in the Colosseum. So let's get this cottage going, and then it should be good. Alright, everybody good on their everything? Guy's good. And is he gonna get, no, he's gonna get 10 more intelligence from his other piece of equipment, his body armor that he's going to get later. But he's got as much agility boosting equipment as he can get for the rest of the game, so... He's not doing bad, it's just I think he needs to start getting some incidental ones, but that's okay. This is the one that I loaded up today, so we have to save on this one. There we go. Alright. In we go. Let's go rescue the princess. For real this time, I hope. Hate for this to be another stiff. Uh-oh. I'm locked in. I'm locked into Mortal Kombat. Oh, wow, the Emperor's here. I guess we better give him a good show. What was that noise? Oh. Hey, big guy. Nice doggy? Not so nice doggy. It's a behemoth. So, the Lamia Queen was kind of like she had a lot of things going on because she could inflict confuse on you, she could put you to sleep with her physical attacks, she could cast blink on herself. By comparison to her, the Behemoth is a no-frills boss fight. He has 2,000 HP, 0 MP, and all he does is hit you really, really hard. So, I'm going to try to slow him down a little bit. Let's try using those Spider Silks on him. Why not? Gordon can't use Berserk because I didn't give it to him, so I'm just going to throw that and see how well it does for us. Oh, it's only slow 9? Okay. That's not slow 16. I've been lied to. Actually, I don't think I had any confirmation on that, but there you go. Throw the Death Hamsters at him. Maybe we'll get lucky. Nope. Okay. That's fine, too. And then, do you need Blink? If you get hit, I feel like Protect is just going to keep you from having any problems, so... I don't know, just cast Shell and Barrier, and then we'll just have you defend for the rest of the fight there, Furion. Alright, put Berserk up. I'll cast Curse one more time, and then try the Spider Silks one more time. Because if they're not really going to work, and I mean, that one went away right away, so either I got real unlucky or they go away after every use. Which is possible. I was going to say, that's a good reason to not even bother with slow, but, well, we got it to work on him, so that's good. Didn't get Curse, but yeah, I'll take it. It means with Blink up, we really shouldn't have any problems. We probably won't get hit, like, at all. So, alright, start with Fire, and then you two just go ham. 600 damage there. Nice, Maria. That'll work. We should have him down by about 800 to 1,000 HP by the time this turn's over. Yeah, that's over half his HP gone already. Very good, very good. Alright, you just stand pat, Furion. We'll let everybody else do the work. And we'll go from there. Yeah, he should be dead this turn. Well, maybe not with Gordon hitting for peanuts there, but that's okay. Gives Guy a chance to maybe flex a little more? No, okay. Well, that takes care of that. Kind of a disappointing Behemoth, but then again, I'm obtuse in terms of the amount of damage I can do at this point, so... I mean, I guess we could do that. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, rescue the princess, slay the emperor. Maybe he'll have the key on him to her cell. Oh, he already knows who we are. My reputation precedes me? This was a trap. Great, now we're gonna be in prison too. Well, that's just fantastic. Now what am I supposed to do? I've been thrown in jail. Oi, let me out of here. You can't hold me in this place. I've broken gates like this before. I heard a noise in the hallway. Gotcha, bitch! Nice work, Paul. Thanks, man. I'd say we're even at this point after everything you've done in the mines and stuff. Alright, so not really worst prison ever, but we're definitely not going to have much trouble making our great escape. First thing I'm going to do, though, is we're going to go along the aqueducts this way, and we're going to head north, because there's a treasure chest up there, one. There's something else up there as well that I want to show. So, antidote. Oh, good, monster in a box. That's great. Alright, nothing that's too special here, so just dual heads? Yeah, not even dual dead, so I can't even cast life. Alright, I guess I'll just cast Barrier then, since you want to make it easy for me. That's cool. I think Scourge is still effective on them, so let's see. How did he already know who you are? Isn't this the first time you've personally seen the Palamecian Emperor? Apparently my reputation precedes me. I've done enough damage to the... Maybe because we destroyed the Dreadnought, so maybe that's how he has a vague idea of who we are. So he's like, okay, show me the people that did this, and they could give him, like, sketches or something that would tell him who did it. I don't know. That'd be my best guess, anyway. You don't have 1k HP at this point, you are a wizard. I mean, Guy's pushing up there, but he really hasn't gotten any HP from getting hit. He's just gotten HP because he has 15 stamina to start with, so... Gordon got some agility. We got a battle axe. I'll sell that later. So the antidote's not really a big deal, but from this section here, that door is real, and the door directly next to it is real. All the other doors on this floor are fake, including this one, so don't go into those ones. Just go into the door that you could see from the antidote, and the door right next to it, which is not this door. I don't think it's this door. Yeah, no, it's these two. These two are the real ones, if I remember right. Or maybe it's that one up there. Well, we're going to find out. I know this one's real, right? Yep, there's a treasure room. This one's got an ether, an elixir, and a cottage in it. Nice. The cottage will replace the one we used, and that's our first elixir that we've got hanging on in our inventory there. So we're going to need a total of 2 for the Arcane Labyrinth, actually. So I think we get another one from a chest later, but I'm not 100% sure. So a lot of the tougher battles in here are going to be located inside these monster rooms, though. Like these parasites! Okay, maybe I overblew them. Maybe they're not so tough. I think they can use Osmos on you, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that, but I don't know. I would imagine something like that would be vulnerable to cold. Yeah, Lloyd Irving quality wanted pictures. I mean, I can't imagine the guards would be very good at drawing things after they had to run for their life to prevent themselves from dying from the dreadnought exploding, so, you know. Not very good wanted posters, but good enough, apparently. I mean, Firion kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, honestly. He's got a cape and a bandana. Like, who the hell else wears that, you know? They can use Osmos? I mean, I wasn't using magic until after this. Oh, that's why you had 1k HP as well, if you didn't use magic until after this dungeon. Holy hell. Magic is super good in this game. You were shooting yourself in the foot. Alright, so this is a very large floor. You'd have to go up and around and all the way down and then around again because there's a big winding hallway to get to these cells. Or you can just feel along the wall because there's a secret passage to get into the cells and then out of the cells. So that's what we're going to go do. Spectres, huh? Saren? No, probably not. Saren was synthetic, not undead. And they're not too tough. There's, I think, a variant that's higher than that that's tougher, but I could be wrong about that. Is it here? Yeah, it's here. Then you could keep going, you feel along the wall, get into another cell, and then out of it, and there's the princess's cell right there. See? Told you I could break that gate. Potions, though. Kid, you did not understand opportunity costs or economics and logistics in games. Yeah. And I mean, I guess potions do pretty good for themselves. I mean, we're still using high potions to heal ourselves, so. And again, at 1,000 HP, you'd be having to do probably some level grinding, or not level grinding, but guild grinding to get enough to buy high potions and stuff, so. I guess they're only 150, though, so. Really, you don't even need Cure if you keep using them and you have enough evasion, but, you know. Okay, so this is the last we'll see of Gordon in our party. He's going to take Hilda out of here, but it's me that you all want. So the 3 of us can create a distraction. I'll take you all on. Alright, another 3 Spectres and a Revenant. I guess we'll just whack them upside the head. We don't have Gordon here to take care of the 4th one, but that's fine. We haven't found the toughest encounter in here just yet either, so we'll have to work on that in a little bit. There's some pretty strong monsters that you can fight in here. Some stuff that we'll be seeing in the next area that we're going to right after this, but like I said, we'll worry about that in just a little bit. Don't you worry, you used so much magic later that Maria had Cure 11 come the final boss. Honestly, I could see it, because Cure is one of those spells that everybody just uses, and like it ends up being massively overpowered, because in terms of its level at least, because everybody just uses it so much. Like oh, I took some damage, you'll go out to this after the battle and you'll heal yourself. You just go down the line, which is honestly kind of a bit of a waste if you ask me, because you could be casting that in battle and healing HP that way and then gaining spirit out of it. But I mean, when you're a kid, when I was a kid, I didn't know to do that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just spam Cure. So there's another secret passage there to get you out of that section of the cells. So we'll just do that. I think these guys can be teleported. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. Did we find out if they're weak to Blizzard? I don't think so, so we're gonna find out now. Yep, definitely weak to Blizzard. Start to see more than 250 damage on a spell like that, it's like, oh yeah, that's weak to it. Keep dodging, Maria. That'll get you more and more agility the further we go. Cast Barrier because we've got some time. And then just cast another one of these. Fish for more magic, not magic upgrades, MP upgrades. Also used AoE magic. Wish you knew not to do that when you were younger. And I mean, listen, AoE magic can be good. You just need to have high enough spirit or intelligence to actually use it effectively. That's the only thing. Like, if you don't have high spirit or intelligence, you're you're cutting your accuracy in fourths, basically. It's to 1/4 of what it normally is. So you got to be a little careful if you do that, because then if you do that, you're going to end up having potentially more problems than it's worth, because you're just making it harder to hit. So if you have the spirit or intelligence for it, that's fine. But if you don't, it's... Now you've seen how much of a scam AoE offensive magic is. Yeah, AoE offense magic, it leaves a little bit to be desired, in my opinion, in this game. So I don't think it's particularly... Is teleport at 7? Is that what I just saw? Yeah, it is. Wow. Barrier might be able to get that to 6. And then, I mean, if you've got a weakness hit, like here, I'll show you what this does in terms of weakness damage. These guys are all weak to Blizzard, and it's level 6. Here's the damage. Yeah, it's not even 200 damage a pop, so... It's... I mean, I guess it's good if you want to pad out your stats, your MP, because you have to keep casting it over and over again. But, yeah, it's not really great. Still, guy might be able to get some MP out of this at the rate he's going, so... Just let Maria finish this one off. 4,200 gil, though, that's not bad. There's incidental HP upgrade. Now, see, now Furion's got more MP than Guy, which is surprising, but I guess it's because of the rank 7 enemy, so... Well, the Emperor's not here, but at the very least we got Hilda out, so now we can make our way back to Altair and see what they want to actually get up to now that we are done with that. So let's do that, shall we? Go back to the ship. I would imagine that Gordon and Hilda are just hanging out on the ship at the moment waiting for us, so we'll just take them back and then we can go from there. Get a little blaze action going from these chimeras. I could probably have gotten an ice shield while I was in Mysidia as well for Guy, because that resists fire, and there's quite a lot of fire just kind of going on out and about here, so... But it's fine. No big deal. You know, I might berserk myself up, honestly. I don't want to make it too powerful, but... These guys were a boss, after all. I can't quite one-shot them yet, so... Well, I can with this, but... You know, not one-shot them with DPS. The Antlions, on the other hand, you know... The current Ice Beam Blizzard animation is one of your favorites. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like a lot of the level 10 animations, personally, but I don't usually get there anymore. At least not with, like, Fire Blizzard Thunder Scourge, because, like... I don't know, I just don't have enough, I just don't get enough spell experience from them to really get them that high. Like, later on, I just start spamming Flare instead, but... We'll work on Flare later when we actually get it. So... For now, Scourge is mostly, like, our non-elemental, quote-unquote, spell instead. I think I might need to use a cottage in a minute, guys. MP, I think, is running a little low. Because I keep fishing for MP upgrades and he's not getting them. It's all good, though. Yeah, I don't even care, honestly, about Barrier's level at the moment. I'm just going to kind of let it go, you know. You know what? I'll AoE this one. Why not? Hey, good lord, that Scourge damage. Yeah, these Antlions are weak to poison. So they're one of the few enemies that are weak to poison. So they'll take some good damage from that. Definitely comes in handy to just have that in your pocket, you know. See, in that case, I can use it because Maria's already softening them up with her attacks, so that helps a little bit. I'll cast Barrier here, and then just go single target Scourge here. See, like I said, when Guy can hit on a weakness at the moment, he's doing pretty good. When he can't hit on a weakness, his damage is only so-so, you know. Do I need to rest here? No, I can do like 2 more casts with Guy before we have any trouble, so I think I should be okay. I don't think we'll quite make it to Altair, because we're going to get into an encounter here. Oh, okay, it's just an Adamantoise. I love how I'm like, oh yeah, now it's just an Adamantoise. I don't even have to worry about it. Let's see if I can get Curse on him. Death Hamsters! Nope. Well, doesn't matter. Maria can still hit for almost 250 damage anyway. That's nuts, man. Getting some good heals out of that, too. Got 150 damage out of that. Barrier's level 6. I don't know, I feel like you could just defend Fury, and you're pretty good. Got yourself in good shape, I think, for a little while. More death hamsters. There's the curse. I promise we'll be able to hit curses more often. Maybe. I maybe promise. It's gonna take a little bit, but honestly, I'll just be completely transparent with all of you in this particular case. Curse in this playthrough is sort of an experiment for me. I'm not 100% sure if there's another spell that I want to use in conjunction with it, and I want to see if they can work well together, because there's not a whole lot of good data in terms of what the other spell actually does, because it used to do something completely different in the NES version, and now it does something else. Like, it was bugged in the NES version of Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2, so it didn't really have a good functional use. But now I think we might be able to figure it out, basically. It's kind of cryptic, but basically I can't buy the spell just yet, even if we went to Mysidia, because it's not available. Let's just wait till we liberate Finn, then I'll talk to you about the spell that I'm referring to. If you've played your old Final Fantasies, you probably know which spell it is, because there's only one spell that has continuously been bugged in several Final Fantasies that I could think of anyway. So, hey man, what's up? Ah, okay, so we're finally ready for the counterattack. Alright, they work fast. They just got here and they're already pitching camp. So let's rest up at the inn. I don't think I need it too much, because I think we might have only used a little bit of MP, yeah. That's okay. Just do that, we'll top off at the item shop, and then we'll head upriver. Matter of fact, I might head around the islet, rather. It's not actually not an islet. I'll head around the inlet, there we go, to get to the other river, which is a little closer to the camp. Because we're going to need to be inside of that little inland sea between the two peninsulas for the next section of the game anyway. Alright, we can get rid of this battle axe. What else have we got? Oh, the spider silk didn't break. That's okay, I can still get rid of it. Don't really think I'll need it all that badly. The Sage's Wisdoms and Saint Spirits I probably won't need too badly either. At least the Saint Spirits I don't think I will, because Furion Spirit's raising pretty good. I might consider using Sage's Wisdoms with Guy, just because of the fact that his intelligence is a little low at the moment, but I'll think about that one for later. I'll just, I won't bother just yet, but I'll consider it, you know. What am I gonna buy after this? Let's see. Already got 15, 20, so I'll need to spend about 35,000 gil, so I can afford to buy up to 20 of these and 20 of these, even though I'm not sure if I'll ever need 20 of any given status healing item, but, you know, buy 11 of those, because sure, why not? And then buy, I don't know, 6 of these, I guess. Just finding something to spend my money on. I could buy the other elixir that I need right now, but it's fine. We'll wait. We don't need it that badly just yet. I'm not going to use it until we even get to the Arcane Labyrinth, so why buy it at the moment, you know? I mean, I guess just to make sure I don't forget, but nah, it's fine. Alright, so we'll sail in this way, and if we go up this way towards where Gatria is, we can meet the river at a certain point, and we can just canoe up it to get to where the rebel camp is. So that's what we'll do. Right here. Head up this way, and there's the camp right there. Let's go see how everybody's doing. You guys ready? Okay, sweet. So the castle is unlocked, and we can now get inside to take it back. Princess, good to have you back. Finally. Yeah, that, we thought that was you on the ship. Turns out it wasn't. But, okay, not for nothing, Princess. I've been burned before. Okay, good. Yeah, well, I wonder why that is. Alright, what's the plan, Gordon? Okay, so they'll hold the forces that are in town and around the castle at bay while we slip inside we kill the Castellan, which is the guy that's holding the castle, the commander inside the castle. So that's the plan. Let's get to it. Not a whole lot in terms of, hey, so go do this, but we don't really need to know all that because all that is pretty self-explanatory. Just walk into the castle and kill them. Actually, I mentioned before if you wanted to get anything from the captains in town, I believe they're still available right now. Yeah, so you can still kill the captains in town right now if you really want to get something from them, but this is your absolute last chance. Like, if you don't do it now, you won't be able to... They're not guaranteed anymore once you take the castle back, because at that point, well, we'll have the castle back. They won't be around because we'll be in town instead of them, so... Yeah, if you want anything from them, Toad Tome, Cursed Tome, Flame Bow, Golden Armor, those are the 4 drops. If you want them, go get them now. Don't really need the Toad Tome, though, or the Cursed Tome for that matter, because we just got the Cursed Tome. You can get a Toad Tome here in Castle Finn while you're wandering around, and Golden Armor, not really all that useful in my opinion, because it's too heavy, and the Flame Bow, well, there's an Ice Bow that's available in Mysidia, and it's stronger, so... Anyway, into the castle we go, but we need a 4th party member, and guess who's available now that Gordon's back to leading the army? So let's take Layla back in. We could go get her a Flame Lance from Mysidia while we're just hanging around here, but let's breach the castle first. We'll finish that part up, and then we'll go do that. There's a whole bunch of treasure inside the castle as well that you can go grab. You don't have to do it now while there's enemies around. You could just go straight for the Castellan and kill them. So that way the enemies clear out, but I'm going to go look around, and there's a very specific reason why I want to go look around. And the reason is because the enemies around here, there are very specific enemies that you can find around here, and one of them has a really, really good magic tome that I would love to get my hands on if possible. But that's going to require me actually finding them and then getting it from them, which might take a little bit of doing, so I'll see what I can do, but I don't know. It's just one of those things, because the reason why I want to get it now, if possible, is because there's a guaranteed encounter with that specific enemy inside the castle. There's a monster in a box where they 100% of the time they'll appear, at least one of them in that box. So I'd like to try to get the I'd like to try to fight them and try to get the tome if possible. If you don't get it from them, you can also get it from the Castellan, but I mean, you're kind of pushing your luck with that one as well, because then it's like, okay, well, you know, what if the Castellan doesn't drop it? So, love Gordon's character growth. He's gone from being a coward to asking what the plan is for a counter invasion. Yeah, he's definitely he's gotten in stride basically with the whole process of becoming a leader, you know. So that's nice, especially for like a 1988 game. That's, you know, quite a bit of character growth for somebody to go through in just a little bit of time. So I would take it. Okay, Maria got some stamina, that's good. Layla got some HP and stamina along with the spirit level. How's your stamina compared to Firion now? Oh, you have more stamina than Firion now, okay. So now Maria can start catching up. She's 24 HP behind. So we only need to get 24 more HP growths and she'll be ahead of Firion. Great. So on the first floor there's mostly Gil. I think it's all Gil because there's 2 chests over there I think that have Gil as well. But get to the next floors and we should get more than just Gil. So I'll blanket cast on these guys because, well, honestly, I don't think it matters. I think we're just going to kill them flat out, so not a big deal. Get everybody topped off, mostly. Looks like Maria is not quite there, but that's fine. And then just head back around. You'll know when we find the enemy that I'm looking for in terms of, like, the ones that actually, Did we establish whether those guys are weak to Scourge? I don't think they are. I'm just gonna cast Curse, why not? But yeah, you'll know when we find the enemy that I'm looking for. I'll point it out, first of all, but second of all, they're in an encounter that's one of the hardest ones in the castle, so I'll probably be a little roughed up by it, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. It depends on whether they ambush me or not, I guess, but if not, then we'll probably be fine. See, I really should have gotten Holy so I could have Firion doing something other than padding his teleport level. Oh, that's okay. Just do that and then finish that guy off. And I guess it gets some spirit. So that'll help. Keep trying with that curse. Maybe we'll get it to stick one of these times. Yeah, don't worry about it if curse isn't sticking too much just yet, because like I said, at the moment it's kind of an experiment for me to see if I can get it to stick a little easier with the help of something else. So, no secret passage there, unfortunately, but we'll worry about that outer section of the castle later. For now, we're just going to take care of the inner section. So, that's all the chests on this floor for now, so we'll just head upstairs after this, and that's where the monster in a box, where the guaranteed encounter with the monster I'm looking for is available. So we'll return. Time to make a week's worth of lunches for work. Oh, sounds like a plan, Marie. You go do some meal prep. We'll just be taking the castle while you're at it, so we'll see you in a little bit. And I think we should be able to kill all these specters one at a time, basically. Especially, I don't know if that's just... No, I think it's just they don't have a lot of physical defense, because that damage, though... They might be magic beasts as well, though. That's what a demon spear did as much as it did. I mean, they're undead, but they might also be a magic beast. You never know. I could probably look it up. But oh well. It's fine. Excuse me. Alright, next floor. So if you want to go kill the Castellan right now, you could just go straight up, because the Castellan is up in the throne room, which is just a couple of screens from here. So you can just go that way if you want. Oh good, look at all these undead. I think these Revenants can't do much of anything to me, so I'm just gonna kind of do one of these and just leave the one Spectre in front. I don't know if Maria can get to weapon level 9 on the rest of them, because I don't think there's going to be enough just from the 3. Because I think this is just a rank 3 battle, so... Hey, Sephico, how you doing? Welcome back. Have fun storming the castle. Thank you. I will attempt to do so. It's not going to be a whole lot of fun for the enemies herein, but, well, that's not really my concern. They decided to take this place and occupy it when a veritable... force of nature is coming at them, so, you know. Not very smart of them to do. Then again, I mean, half of them are undead, so they don't really have many brains to go around, so, you know. Alright, there we go. Now Guy's getting some agility. That'll help. Alright, this here is the chest that I was looking for, that I was mentioning before, that has the guaranteed monster in a box encounter with a specific enemy that I'm looking for. So I'm going to see, before I do that, I'm going to see if I can find the invisible walls around here for the other treasures. And there's another monster in a box just like it on the opposite wall. So I'm going to go try and get those. These death flowers are, I think if I remember right, weak to fire. I would imagine they're plants, so, unless they're weak to ice, but... Get the teleport going because it's still good. Still doing good. Even now, all the way near the end of the game like this. Well, it's not. Actually, we're a few episodes out from the end of the game, but it just feels like we got it so long ago, and it's still just crushing everything, you know? So, okay. I was going to say we might want to ether at a certain point here, but I can ether later. Is the invisible wall here? Yes, it is. Okay. Getting some preemptive strikes as well. That's not bad. I'll take it. Blink is still 6. I mean, I guess I might as well cast it. I can just have everybody kind of... Just let you guys double up on this one. See if you can get rid of it on your own. And then we'll help out next turn if we need to. It doesn't look like we're going to need to because there'll only be one left. So then we'll just let Maria and Layla take care of it. I'm going to toss the ethers now. We're getting to the point where having as much MP as we have It's not going to hurt us, it's just that we're going to... If we wait to use ethers until we're just about out of MP, we're going to have, like... Not a problem, but... It's not going to restore all of our MP, so... If we use them at about half at this point, we'll be fine. So... There's a Werebuster in there if you, for some reason, need another one. I mean, we already got one from a chest previously, but, you know... Okay, well, we can just life that one. I guess just do that to that one. I'm gonna use Thunder on those guys. I'm not really, there we go. My mouth works today, that's for sure. I'm not really worried about the stalagmites, if I'm honest. I don't think they're gonna be that much of a problem, so just take care of their backup first, because they can be easily swamped with instant death spells. They got some good physical defense going for them, though. Maria broke through that other one, but sometimes that's not even guaranteed. And they don't seem to be particularly susceptible to Scourge either, unlike the stalactites. So, but that's fine. I should probably use the Ethers next battle, though, before I start attacking with Farion and Guy, just so that way they can get them. More Spirit. Love to see it. So yeah, we'll save that for in a minute when I figure out whether or not I want to actually, like, oh, this is actually the encounter. Well, it's similar to the encounter that you would get in the Monster in a Box on the other side of the wall. But it has the enemy that I'm looking for that has the spell tome that I'm looking for. Sorcerers. Also a court wizard, but we can deal with him just the same anyway. So we'll take care of the squishier guys up front with Maria and with Layla, and we'll try to hit the guys in the back with Farion and Guy. So, but yeah, the sorcerers and the wizards really have a whole bunch of spell tomes that they can give you, just like magicians earlier in the game. The sorcerer in particular has one that I would like that we can't get for quite some time after this, but the wizard has some interesting ones. Not really anything I'm too worried about, because we'll get anything he's going to give me later on, but... Like that. Yeah, that's one of them. He can cast a level 10 Flare if Maria and Layla don't have enough damage to deal with him, I guess. Okay, so they kind of just did the best possible things they could do, because the wizard can cast Death on you, he can cast Osmos, the sorcerer can cast Haste on the whole enemy party. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that they can do that's generally not very good for you, so... It's probably better that they didn't do any of that. I'll use Thunder on the Sergeant. You guys finish off your respective... I think the Wizard has like 500 HP. The Sorcerer has like 250. So nothing too bad, but... Couldn't finish him off in one, unfortunately. Teleport is still carrying a large chunk of our party here. To no one's surprise. Now why didn't you do that the first time, Layla? Alright. So now you guys can use the Ethers, and then we'll just have you guys attack and go from there. Won't kill the Sergeants, all of them on this turn, but, you know. Should be able to do some good damage, nonetheless. Can't wait till we get that extra strength boosting stuff for Maria, because then that'll take care of her accuracy issues that are plaguing her. The reason why she's having trouble killing things at the moment, even though she has a strong axe, is because her accuracy is a little shoddy still, but we'll fix that soon enough. Got some HP for just about everybody. Curse, Mithril Axe, Drain, and Toad. Okay, so that's not really what I wanted. The Toad Tome I'm getting about 3 seconds before I'm going to get it from the chest across the way that has that guaranteed encounter with a sorcerer. That gives you a Toad Tome, if I remember correctly. Or is it an Aura Tome? I think there's a Toad Tome available somewhere in the castle at the very least, but if not, well, we just got one, so now I can give that to Guy. And now he has access to a Matter Elemental instant death spell. Could also give him Drain. It absorbs HP from the foes. It's non-elemental and deals the same... It has the same spell power, I should say, as Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, and Scourge. So it's not terrible. It's non-elemental, so I guess it would be a good substitute for Flare early on, but we're going to get Flare soon enough to where I'm not worried about it, honestly. Especially now that we just got Toad. because that is priority numero uno for Guy right now. That will be a spell that he will use quite effectively once he gets it a little bit stronger, to the point where it can actually connect with enemies, and his intelligence should go up to boot as a result of that, so. Okay, so let's reorganize his spells, put Curse over there, Toad can go there, that's good. Everything else is good. My neighbors are screaming in the background, so if you can hear that, I apologize. I guess we could get level 5 Thundara for Layla, but we can do that later, so I'm not really worried about it. As for this chest, a potion? And you trapped it with monsters? I've been gypped. Okay, well, nothing particularly challenging, so shouldn't make too much of a difference. Honestly, I'm ready to just blanket cast life on a whole bunch of them and let you guys take care of the stunners. Like, that should do well enough. Probably take all the gas back to the afterlife where they belong. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 life tomes for you. Wow, I only had 2. Surprising. Your magic defense saved you the trouble there. That's okay. If you don't want to go down to the magical elements of life, then we will kill you with death instead. Got some agility out of it too. Let's see, yeah, I was going to say, I think we can go up on this wall here. And I forget what's this way. A chest, obviously, but I don't remember what's in it, so I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? I think you guys were able to double up and get rid of a Death Flower before. I'd love to cast Toad right now, but I gotta, like, thin the enemy party a little bit before I cast it, because these guys are a little dangerous. So, there we go. And with this teleport, we should be good. I can probably take a couple of turns just like Guy cast Toad. I should at the very least let him cast it once, so I'll probably just defend next turn and let him cast it. He can get some experience out of it, and then, well, you know what, actually, let's do this. See if he manages to cast it. I think he should be able to get it off before they kill it. It's got like 700 HP, so yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, we will start the amphibian phase of this playthrough right now, because Guy can now turn things into toads. He can't do it very effectively just yet, but he keeps casting it, he will be able to. So, okay, got some magic defense out of that as well. There's some Giant's Gloves. Nothing too handy, but it's there if you want it. I think this is a dead end, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. There are other sections of the castle that we can get to a little bit later, but for now we actually can't access them as far as I'm aware, because we don't have we don't have access to the passage that actually takes us to that section of the castle for a little bit yet. So since that's the problem that we're dealing with, we'll just take care of that later. Don't know if that'll top Layla off. Oh no, never mind. If it gets 182, yeah, it'll definitely top her off. So. Alright, we're halfway to 1,000 HP on Furion and Maria. We're making our way up. Guy's hitting for 4 digits on his damage as well. That's not bad either. Anything here that I want to cast? No, not really. Yep, and then Toad again. And, yep, See if we make it. Okay, we did. Good. Something tells me I'm not going to be able to turn a plant into a toad, but it'll get me some experience for the spell at least, so that's the important part. Extra agility's never a bad thing either. Antidote. I'll take it. Some specters. Yeah, actually, I'm going to cast life on one of them. You can just defend for now. I'll use Toad, because why the hell not? And then let's toss one of those 2 potions, just for the hell of it as well, since we got a preemptive strike. I've kind of got some breathing room where I can just do whatever the hell I feel like, so that's what I'm going to do. And then you just defend. Maria and Layla can go nuts. I'm going to cast Toad again, just because. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I'm going to get it off, though. Because, yeah, okay, so there we go. Now we're getting a little bit of extra intelligence. We got a Toad level out of that. And he's pushing 30. He's almost at 30 intelligence. And the more Toads that we do, the better off we'll be. So, Alright, so Firion and Maria just need to get their level 6 magic defense, which they should get soon enough. We're getting hit by like level 7 and level 8 spells, so it shouldn't take too long. But this is the chest right here. This is the one with the guaranteed encounter in it, and I think I'm going to save right here. And we're just going to... I'm not sure if I'm going to reset for it just yet. The spell that I'd like to get from the sorcerer that's in here, or the sorcerers anywhere really, is the Haste Tome. Because you can't get haste until way, way later in the game. Probably not until the last episode if we don't get it here. It's not entirely necessary, especially the way that I'm going to play, but... because I'm using Berserk instead, but if you have Berserk and Haste, and Haste works kind of like how it did in Final Fantasy 1, where it increases the number of hits that you do with your physical attacks. So you could use it as a substitute for Berserk if you wanted to. If you use both of them in tandem with each other, you'll wreck shit, but... Okay, yeah, this one's the Aura Tome, so that one's not the Toad Tome that I was thinking of, but that's okay. But yeah, there's plenty of sorcerers in this battle, and we got a preemptive strike, so I'm not really super concerned with the idea of, like... I mean, honestly, I'm just going to blanket cast Teleport and hope for the best. See if we can turn a Sergeant into a Toad while we're at it. The reason why I'm blanket casting is because this way we can kind of do this quickly, and I can see what we get. Okay, I'll take it. That's all but one, and that one's dead now, so let's see what we got. Come on, baby, roll it. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Okay, another Aura Tome. Thanks a whole lot. Alright, so how about this? We will do a total of 5 attempts. That was attempt number 1. And if we don't get it in 5, I'll just say screw it, and we'll just move on without haste. How about that? Okay, does that sound good? Now, the Haste Tome, you can actually get it from the Castellan as well. I think I mentioned this a minute ago, but you can get it from the Castellan, the boss of the area as well. But there's another piece of equipment that you can get from him that's probably a better reward. It's similar to how with the gold hairpin with the Lamia Queen, I was like, yeah, I'll take it, but there is a better reward I could get, you know. So. Okay, nothing doing on attempt 2. And I guess I can explain it while I'm doing these attempts. So the Haste Tome, if you can get it from the Sorcerer, is a good idea because then you can kill the boss, and the boss has a chance to drop the next knife that's available for fear. Well, actually, it's not the next one. It's the one after the next one. It's called the Ripper Knife. In the NES version, it's bugged, but in this, and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, but in this version of the game, it does do what it's supposed to do. And with Haste, it's very, very good. Even for melee characters, knives are viable for melee characters outside of Final Fantasy V. That's a shock. But if we don't get it, it's fine, you know. Oh good, the same thing as last time. Alright, 2 more attempts. If we don't get it, like I said, I'm just going to move on. We will be fine without it. So. The Aura Tome, by the way, is a little bit interesting. We've gotten some weapons so far that give us effective damage against certain types of enemies. So like the Demon Spear is good against magic beasts, that sort of a thing. Do I even need to blanket cast Teleport? I don't think so. I think I could just do it on one of the Sergeants because you can... Whoops, no, not attack Firion. Don't do that. We can get rid of that guy. I can cast Toad on this one and you can get rid of that guy. But yes, the Aura Tome, you can use it... kind of, I guess, in a similar way to Berserk. What it does is it gives you effectiveness against specific types of enemies. There's one type of enemy for each level of the spell that it gives you effectiveness against. And it's kind of, it behaves in a similar way to Barrier, basically, except instead of it giving you resistance to elements, it gives you effectiveness against certain types of monsters. And when you get the effectiveness, you get 20 extra attack. Which means that for the most part, Berserk is just better, because all I need with Maria is 2 levels of Berserk to hit, and I'm getting more attack than I get out of Aura. So, not a big fan, honestly. Probably just going to sell it. But there you go. Alright, so this one's the last attempt. If we don't get the Haste Tome on this one, I'm just going to move on. I don't know why I saved away from the box. I guess I didn't feel like... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why the hell. Whatever. Didn't feel like standing next to it. I feel like that would affect the RNG a little bit. But if you don't get the Haste Tome now, I wouldn't worry too much about it because, I mean, this is a good opportunity to get it while there's sorcerers and stuff just wandering around in an area you're already in, but you'll find more of them later on, so I'm not really super concerned. Well, I'm a little concerned, but I'm not that concerned, so. I'm concerned because I won't have it, but to be fair, I'm going to be practicing Toad anyway, so, like, I've got something to do. It's a buff. I mean, it would be helpful, but if we don't have it, we don't have it. I've made do without it before. Okay, well, no rewards that time. So, no Haste Tome from those sorcerers, but that's fine. Let's keep going. We will finish the castle up because, at the moment, since the monsters aren't dropping anything for me, and like I said, I need to save my good RNG in terms of the drops for Soul of Rebirth because a lot of the good stuff is only available from a drop in Soul of Rebirth, unfortunately. So we gotta make sure we take care of that. You know what? Actually, the sergeants and the captain, I'm not even as concerned about them. The sorcerers and the wizards have pretty decent magic defense, but I feel like at this point we should probably be able to hit through it with teleport. I'm gonna try it. Because if we get rid of the wizard and the sorcerer, that would be good, because then they can't cast death or something on me and just knock me flat on my ass right now. I mean, I'm losing out on some magic defense levels in the process, but meh. It's all good. Let's do one of those. How about you two go after that one, and then Guy, you already cast Toad, so let's cast Scourge, I guess. And we'll go from there. We'll confront the captain after we're done. Alright. And that should take care of you real quick. Oh no, I forgot I didn't hit you. I doubled up on the other guy. Never mind. I'm losing my marbles. I could cast Teleport again, but you know what, it's fine, Fury, and just stand pat. And then try to... I could try to curse this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to curse the captain, actually. It's at level 6 now, so we might have a chance. Okay, never mind. Why do I even bother? I know why I bother at the moment. Oh wow, Maria actually got hit there. That's surprising. Did I cast Scourge? I think I already cast Scourge, so let's cast Thunder instead. See if we can get these level 6 spells to level 7. Okay, he's still pretty tanky, considering. I feel like that's good enough. I'm gonna say he shouldn't be too much longer for this world, so... Guy got some MP, that's good. And we got like every other tome except the one I was looking for. Good. Fantastic, thanks. I felt I had a little bit of hope right there, and then it was dashed, but that's okay. Yeah, the Death Tome that we got is the only Death Elemental spell in the game, but the problem with it is that it's very situational in its use because a lot of enemies resist death. Every undead enemy, not just resist death, they absorb death. So if you would normally kill them instantly, it'll just fully heal them instead. Not real useful, in my opinion, but I guess it's there if you want to try using it. I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, you know, knock yourself out if you want to, so... and I think, other than that, I think we're good. So the commander should be around here somewhere. Oh, he's even sitting in the chair in the throne room because he's a pompous ass like that and thinks he's better than everybody. Well, how will you feel when we rise up against you, sir? Probably not so great. Let's find out. What do you mean? Did the Emperor leave you here to die? I mean, he left a decent amount of resistance in the castle, all things considered. Unfortunately, no serious boss music for this one, but that's okay. So, Gotos is kind of similar, I guess, to the Behemoth. He does have some spells that he can use, but he's not real keen to use a lot of them. Like, he's more a fan of... Like, what he'll do is he'll imbibe himself, so he'll drink a Bacchus's cider, which gives him haste in this one, I think. I don't think it gives him Berserk. No, Imbibe gives him Berserk. He'll cast haste on himself, if I remember correctly. And then, so he'll have Berserk and haste. and then he'll start wailing on you. But, eh. It's like, that takes setup for him to do, and I'm not even really concerned about that in terms of him actually being able to get it all to work, so... you don't have Berserk yet, so you do that. Guy, you already cast Toad, so it didn't work, so we'll just go nuts. See how we do. Okay, well that's like 1,000 of his HP already gone. That's almost half. It'll be more than half by the time Guy's done whacking him with a poisonous puddle, or 5. Oh wow, and he actually got a hit off. Again, that's okay, because that means Maria will have a higher chance of actually getting her HP up. I'll take it. See if Thunder can go off, and then off they go. I was gonna say, probably won't get a chance because they'll be dead before Guy gets a chance to cast, but that's okay. HP and stamina, Toad level HP. Okay, there it is. We got it. That's nice, actually. I didn't have to worry about the sorcerer so much because Gotos was nice enough to drop me a haste tome. Thank you, Gotos. Like I said, the other thing he could drop that would be worthwhile, he could drop a Bacchus' Cider as well, which I would say is the worst reward out of all of them, because then you're missing the gil that he could drop and you're getting that shit, but he could drop a Ripper Knife for you. When we'll get one later on, and I'll tell you what it does when we get it later on, but it's a really good knife. I like it a lot, especially if you're going to use knives on melee characters, because before this, in order for knives to be effective as melee weapons, you pretty much had to use Berserk. The Ripper Knife changes all that, so we'll talk about it. Anyway, we've got the castle back, so now all the encounters are gone. Very good, very good. No problem, Princess. I'm just glad that we were able to see eye to eye, and you allowed us to join the army so we could decimate the enemy army instead of just wandering around as adventurers. Alright, so Guy's got 2 spells to work on now. Look at him moving up in the world. I'll take it. And Firion, let's see. So he's going to get a spell in a second, so he'll have something to do. Actually, he's going to get 2 spells because we're going to go... Now that Fynn has been liberated, it has a new magic shop that's not available in Mysidia for you. You can only buy those spells in Fynn itself. So if you want anything from there, now would be a great time to get it because you're already in town. So we're going to go grab that. So Guy's got these 2 spells to work on. Firion's going to have 2 of his own spells to work on. Guy's going to get 2 more spells before this is all done. I mean, not this video probably, but probably the next one or the one after that. Either way, let's see what's been going on. What still troubles you? That's true, actually, yeah. I mean, listen, we were up for adventure anyway. That was barely an effort getting in here, so... But yeah, our next mission is to go to Mysidia. We've already been, but we got to go there to look for Minwu now, so maybe we'll find him now that the flags have tripped. Fair enough, yeah. And there's that, yep. But in order to get into the tower, you're going to need to find 2 masks. We learned a little bit about masks earlier from Mysidia, but now we're officially learning about what they are, so... But yeah, so there are 2 masks available in the world map. On the world map, in the world, there we go. The white mask is here in the castle. You have to go into the basement to get it. And we need to figure out this incantation to get to the door. And apparently there's this word, Ekmet Telois. Wonder what that's all about. Unfortunately, Hilda doesn't know the location of the door. But we've learned several terms in the process of doing that, Mysidia, Mask, and Wyvern. So we can ask Gordon, and then we can kind of ask around town now that the citizens are back, and see what it all... what we can all do. I was going to say, anything you know about Mysidia Hilda can't tell me? In fact, yes, the Ultimatome is another key term that we can grab from him. We can ask the bookshelf when we get there about it. Yeah, I would imagine. You know anything about masks? No? What about Ekmet Telois? Yeah, but unfortunately, yeah, she has no idea, so... You know, that's a good point. He's a thief. Yeah, so maybe he'll know... I mean, that doesn't mean he'll know what a secret incantation is for the castle, but if anyone's going to know how to get into and out of places that no one knows how to get into and out of, it would be Paul, the greatest thief in the world, so... We'll go see what he can do. But yeah, so as you can see, the NPCs are just randomly walking around the castle now. There's no encounters. If you left the monsters in a box in the actual castle unopened, I believe those do still have monsters in them. But just randomly walking around, there's no monsters. So there you go. This is the guy I was thinking of. It must not have been an NPC in actual Mysidia. I thought there was one in Mysidia that told you about the books, but yeah, so there was an NPC, and this is the guy that tells you about all the books that are available in Mysidia. So we can go to Mysidia and we can check the books and find out things we didn't know, some extra lore stuff. But yeah, those captains I was talking about, yeah, they're gone now, so I hope you got from them what you wanted, because it's going to be a little harder to find them now. They're not going to be quite as guaranteed as they were, so. Alright, so let's rest up. When I go back to Mysidia in a little bit, I'm going to need to buy... I need to buy, what, just one thing from here? No, I need to buy some armor upgrades as well, because there's some stuff that upgrades from the ruby cuirasses that we have. And again, those are upgrades we could not have gotten before, because Fynn has its own set of shops and stuff. What, standing around in the audience chamber waiting for me to do stuff? Because that's about all you did. Sorry, man. Anyway, I wonder if there's anybody at the pub now. I might have to go around the town and look now that there's no monsters. But I do want to go to the magic shop because the experiment begins now. Here's the magic shop. It has a few spells available. I'm of the personal opinion that a lot of them kind of come in too little too late. Mini is a matter elemental spell that you can use as a white mage in order to have an instant death spell. It's less accurate than Toad though, and it's like more than twice, or rather less than half as accurate as Teleport is. Teleport in this version has a 55% base accuracy, whereas Mini only has a base 20% accuracy. You can use it if you want for some flavor, but Teleport's just far and away better. You get it earlier, you can use it before this, so like your white mage is actually doing stuff other than just casting buffs for no reason for most of the game at this point. So you can use it if you want, but excuse me, having used it myself, it kind of comes in too little too late. Teleport's just all around better. Fog is the permanent version of Silence, which is the amnesia status effect. Again, kind of a too little too late thing. You could probably just get away with using Sap with Minwu, although you don't even really need to Sap with Minwu because the enemies that you fight don't really even use magic attacks at that point. And by this point, there are some enemies that might be weak to it, but there's a lot of enemies resistant to Mind, unfortunately, so that kind of makes it a little less effective than it could be. Slows a body elemental spell. It reduces the foe's number of attacks. Blink is kind of, I think, a little more effective at doing that because it's not one enemy at a time. It's just, hey, you buffed your characters. Now the whole party, or rather the whole enemy party, has to go against that Blink rather than doing it one at a time, you know. The one spell I have not talked about in this list is Dispel. So Dispel is an experiment for me. It kind of behaves like the reverse of Barrier. So for every level of Dispel that hits, where Barrier would give you a resistance, Dispel will take away that resistance. And there's a distinct possibility that if we get Dispel to level 3 or above, and it hits for 3 levels, it will make it easier to land Curse on enemies in the late game, because a lot of enemies in the late game are resistant to Mind Elemental spells, and Curse is a Mind Elemental spell. So I'm going to try it. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it, and we're going to see how it works. So let's give that to Farion, not accidentally give it to Guy, not that it would matter, I just discard it, and then buy another one, give it to Farion, but there you go. So we'll give that to him. It'll give him something else to cast right now because all of his spells are at 6 or 7 already, and so they're pretty good for most of the rest of the game. Blink, I might get higher, but the rest is like, okay, you know, it's fine. Shell, we don't even really need to do a whole lot more. Yeah, I mean, probably, considering, you know, that's where he probably keeps all of his stuff there because nobody's going to touch it. That's true, yeah, if we get the Ultimatome, it'll be a lot easier to strike a decisive blow against the Emperor, so I'd sell a few of those. What else we got? Eye drops, I'll sell one of those. I need to buy an ether when I go to the item shop. I have 8 cottages, so I don't think I'll need those for a little bit. We can sell the Drain Tome. 7,500 gil for the Drain Tome, so that's pretty nice. Curse, sell the Warp, sell the Death. I think we're going to get another Death Tome as well once we go back to the castle. The auras also sell for 7,500, so that's atrocious. The Werebuster, Giant's Gloves, don't need those. And as you can see, at the moment we're swimming in Gil. I'm going to be buying a few things, but nothing from here. All of this stuff is kind of stuff you've already got, or just inferior to the stuff we already have access to. Mostly because we've been to Mysidia already. I wouldn't buy a Trident from here if you're a spear user, because you've already gotten one, first of all. And second of all, you're going to be able to get a better spear as soon as you go to Mysidia, so... Well, I'm glad you made it back here, old-timer. Alright, so we need to top off on these. We'll get to 5 more. There we go. Those were good. I think I need to buy 1 ether, I said, right? Yeah, okay. And do I want to buy the other elixir while I'm here? Ah, what the hell. I'll buy it. 50,000 gil down the drain, but we've got both the elixirs that we need now for the Arcane Labyrinth, so that's fine. The real prize here, in my opinion, is the armor shop, because they've got upgrades. Those ruby cuirasses we've had kicking around for a little while. Gold cuirasses, so we're going to buy... We'll buy 4. That should be enough for a little while now. Let me think. Yeah, that'll be enough. Yep, so just a straight upgrade gets us 7 more defense. Doesn't have any particular resistances, but neither did the ruby cuirasses, so that doesn't matter too much. And Firion and Guy only need 1 more, actually Maria as well, only need 1 more body armor piece, and they'll be fully upgraded for the rest of the game. So then Firion will be done with his armor, other than a shield. I'll get him a different shield. But yeah, Maria, we can get you a headpiece in a little bit. Not just yet, probably next episode. Replace the gold cuirass eventually, but not just yet. So the only other thing I can think that I'm going to need to buy is... Well, actually, it's a couple of things. I need to buy a flame lance for Layla when we get back to Mysidia, so she's got the best lance she has access to right now. Then... need to get the Holy Tome for Firion, just so that way he can use that. Once we work on Dispel for a little bit, we can start using that. His spirit is effectively 71 once we get his other armor piece, so he should be in good shape in that department. But just in case, I'm going to keep casting some, I mean, we'll cast Holy a little bit, but I don't want to start using it too much until his spirit gets to the point where it's like just kind of going up on its own as soon as he uses any white magic, basically. So, yeah, this house down here was Paul's house. So, what's going on, Paul? I got a question for you. Okay, good. So, we do need to know about secret doors. We need to get into the basement, and I could just walk around the, I don't know, perimeter of the castle to get in there, but let's walk in there the way that the game wants us to. How about that? A mask. Yeah, a white mask. I mean, it will help us save the world, but it's probably not valuable in the black market, so... Ah, okay, so to the right of the throne. Well, it's important for our mission. That's all you really need to know. So to the right of the throne, if you look over there, there's a secret little compartment, and I think, if I remember correctly, if you mutter the incantation over in that secret compartment, it'll open up the passage, and then you can head to the other parts of the castle. So that's what we're going to go do. Just going to check and see if there's anybody or anything in the pub. Nope. Probably because they didn't intend for you to come out here after the first time you visit here. But that's okay. Okay, so you've got Dispel, you've got Toad and Haste to work on, so we'll work on those while we're at it. Let's save. And then... do I want to go back to Mysidia now to get Layla the Flame Lance and Firion the Holy Tome? Yeah, I think I do, actually. The camp's gone now, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be there anymore, so... the reason why I want to go to Mysidia is because it's a quick jaunt this way. You just kind of go down and then go around the mountainous area there. We can park in my usual parking spot and just walk to Mysidia to grab the Flame Lance and the Holy Tome. We'll be coming back there in a little bit, but if I do this now, I don't actually have to go back to Mysidia until we have both masks, so... that should save us a little bit of time. Oh, vampire girls. Man, throwing all the monster girls at me today. First a Lamia Queen, now this. This is getting ridiculous. Alright, the Killer Mantis in the back is weak to Blizzard, though, so we'll just smack him upside the head with a Blizzard Tome. It doesn't just work on lizards, it also works on insects. Probably anything that can't warm its own blood it works pretty well on. But the vampire girls are undead, so you can just whack them in the face with a life spell and it works pretty good for them. So, there you go. We'll try Dispel. It probably won't work at all, but, you know, we'll try it. And I guess we'll try Haste as well, why not? Okay, well, it hit, so... What that will do, if you hit with the Dispel, if it does what Barrier does, the first level of Dispel, if it hits, will disable an enemy's resistance to matter elemental spells. So I guess we can kind of check. If Firion gets his turn first here, and it disables her matter elemental resistance, Toad might be easier to hit. I don't know if it will hit guaranteed if you do this. Probably not, because it still has to go through their magic defense, but... Okay, I was a little hopeful for a second, but... Unfortunately, no dice, but that's okay, because we don't need it to be effective just yet. We'll know a little bit better later, because we'll be finding enemies that have mind resistance, and we'll be like, okay, Dispel level 7, Curse level 7, here you go. And we'll know better by then, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, whatever. I'll just use Berserk instead. That's what I do. Okay, so... Now, Dispel won't really do anything in terms of these guys' physical defense, but, I don't know, I guess it'll give him, again, it's just giving Firion something to do for a little bit, so, while we wait for Holy, and then we'll go from there. Okay, well, they're managing to hit Layla, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter too much if they do. You guys just do that. We'll use fire over here, and just keep hitting that one. And we'll go from there. Maybe Maria can get to level 9 on her Axe of Shield level. That would be nice. And then I'm going to try to cast Toad on that one as well, because these guys are normally resistant to matter elemental spells, but now that we've dispelled that, it might work. I kind of doubt that, but, you know, it's worth a shot, I guess. Probably be better to cast it on a green slime at this point, though. I'd probably get more mileage out of it. So, maybe just double up. Blanket cast. Because, like I said, I think these guys have like 450 HP, so nothing to sneeze at. It's quite a lot. All the more reason to get Firion that Holy Tome so that he can hit them with non-elemental damage and actually help out damage-wise. Because at the moment, he's kind of just sitting in the back doing not a whole lot. So... I was once again hopeful, but my hopes were dashed. Alright, just fire it to death, guy. We'll be done after this. Ooh, that'll work. Nice. That might get you your level out of it, too. I don't know how much we used. Yep, we did use enough. Good. Guy got intelligence, Layla got evasion. We're almost to Mysidia. Very good, very good. So we could ask the, whatchamacallits, the books about all the new stuff that we've got, all the new terms, but instead of that, let's just get Layla a Flame Spear. Flame Spear, Flame Lance, which one is it? Flame Lance, there we go. 15,000 gil down the drain, but that's okay. It's well worth it, because it will keep her good in terms of her damage for a little while. She's not quite up to snuff with where Maria is with the Ogre Killer, but Layla has a little more accuracy with hers, so that should help us out. I don't know if that's enough to actually make a difference for Black Flan's physical defense resistance, but I guess we can find out. Anyway, we'll buy the Holy Tome while we're here as well, just so we have that. Give that to Firion, and then off we will go. Alright, so that's that. How are we doing on our magic here? Let's see. So you only need one more spell, and you're done. Although you won't get that spell. That's going to be the last spell that we actually get in the entire game for you, so, and for anybody for that matter. I should probably buy another Protect Tome as well, although I'm not sure if it's all that useful, personally, but I guess I can buy it just for the hell of it. To use with the next person I'm going to give that Berserk Tome to. And then you're going to get 2 more spells as well, although you'll get your 2 before Firion gets his last one, so... Alright, I think... Is this where Protect is sold? Right here? Yeah, it is, okay. My muscle memory is correct, so... I didn't sell these. Let's sell both. There are all 4 of those. The Demon Spear, and then... I think that should be it. Yeah, we'll just hold on to that Protect Tome. And then we're good. Okay, so with that, let us... I'll rest at the inn and Finn, actually. So we'll just make our way back there, and then we'll go from there. Alright, the Helghagus is back. We got bombs in the background as well, so... Honestly, I'm kind of okay with doing whatever. We've got Dispel to level 2 at this point, so that should be fine. And nothing here is particularly weak or resistant to anything, so... Matter of fact, actually, let me let Firion cast Dispel back here, because you two should be able to take out the Helghagus by yourselves with the Ogre Killer, so... Get Thunder going, because Thunder's not at level 7 yet. Okay, that was not enough to defeat the Helghagus, but that's okay. That will probably kill that bomb. Oh yeah, definitely. They've only got like 540 HP if I remember correctly, so. And now we'll practice Holy, I guess on you. I'll have you do that. And maybe get Toad on that guy? I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of just trying stuff out. Ooh. That's some good damage there, Firion. Not bad. Ah, yeah, the Flame Lance will do big damage there because fire elemental weapon against an enemy weak to fire. So unless that was a fluke, that's some pretty good damage. You know what, Firion, do it again. Why not? We'll let you get the last one because you haven't gotten to use offensive magic for the entirety of the game. You've just been dicking around with teleport the whole time. Oh, well, that's not good. Oh, okay. Never mind, it's fine. He blew up, but it didn't matter. Oh, Maria got HP out of that. Nice. She's catching up pretty quick to Firion, I'll tell you what. She's already pretty close, but she's gotten a couple of incidental HP upgrades over the past couple of dungeons we've done, so. Ah, ghosts. Yeah, these guys are the upgrades of the specters that we just saw. And they can drain your HP with their attacks. Unlike in most Final Fantasy games, by the way, Holy does not deal additional damage to undead in this game. It's just considered non-elemental damage, so life is still probably your best bet against them. So that's what we'll do. We'll just do fire, and then I think you guys are going to need to double up for these guys. Nope, never mind. Okay. I didn't expect that, but then again, Flame Lance. I keep forgetting because the Flame Lance has fire element on it. It'll be very effective at defeating these guys. So. Now we got 3 of them. That one's definitely dead. Mini 7? You're gonna have to do better than that, sir. I'll take the extra magic defense you can offer from that, but yeah, no, you're gonna have to do better than that, unfortunately. And then, yeah. Okay, well, you're probably gonna kill that. Oh, never mind. Okay. That should kill, though. Yeah, see, it's not gonna deal extra damage to the guy. It's just regular old non-elemental damage. Curse 8. He has the death hamsters on his side. Let's see if they work better for him than for me. Apparently so, but that's okay. We can cure off the curse, so. Anything else? I guess I could use Dispel. Just do that. You can use Toad if you manage it, and then I'll throw a cross, I guess. Excuse me. We will see if Layla gets her turn first. She did. Now will this actually cure the curse, though? Okay, it did. Yeah, if you get the little bubble that pops, that means it actually cured the status. If the bubble doesn't show up, that means it did not cure the status, so. Okay, good. Guy got some Toad and haste levels out of that. Firion got a holy level out of that. And they will be doing pretty good with all of those spells shortly, because the enemies now are starting to get to the point where they're like rank 4 at the least, so we're getting mostly rank 4 and 5 battles, which will make the experience that we get from these fights go pretty smoothly, pretty quickly. So, or rather, the amount of levels that we get out of the experience from the fights go pretty quickly. So, do I need to buy anything for the rest of the game now that I think about it? We got haste, so I don't think I need to, do I? Let me think. No, I don't think so. So what the hell am I going to do with my money for the rest of the game now? I guess that's a good problem to have, right? More money than I know what to do with, but like, what the hell else do I do with it now? Seriously. Like, I mean, I guess I just restock on supplies. Well, I guess for the final dungeon, because the final dungeon is a long jaunt, so we're going to need a lot of ethers because you can't use cottages. Probably buy a few elixirs while I'm at it just to top off, but we're going to need a lot of supplies for that one. But, you know, it's fine. We'll figure that part out when we get there. We got a long ways to go before we're at the final dungeon yet. I'm anticipating about 10 streams for the regular game for this game, so it'll take a little bit, but we'll get there. And look at that, if we do the rest of this... Actually, I'm just going to explore a little bit here, because I don't think... Oh, we could have gone this way, I guess. So, the mirror chamber, huh? Okay, well, before we go utter Ekmet to Lois, let's go see what's in the mirror chamber, shall we? Because why the hell not? There's also another chamber around here that has some spells in it, and I think that's where the Toad Tome is, if I remember right, so we'll go see. Ah, giant mirror. Interesting. Wonder what that's all about. Now, I'm going to do something that you probably shouldn't know how to do just yet, but if you look at the mirror and you show it the pendant from the Dragoons... you can check on the Wyvern egg. It's still an egg for right now, but there you go. Why is that important? Don't worry about it for now. We don't need to worry about the Wyvern egg, but figure we might as well check on the little guy. Why not? But you're not really supposed to know that you can do that just yet, so I guess it's a little bit of a spoiler, but you know, it's interesting because it's one of those things that you might not necessarily see anybody else go do when they play this game, you know, because they might not know to do that. So it's like with the sealed castle in Final Fantasy V. Not very many people know how to actually get through to the sealed weapons in World 2. I do, because the shield dragons are a bunch of assholes, but you can control them and make them beat themselves up. So we'll show that when we play Final Fantasy V, though that's going to be a little bit of time before we get there, because... well, I want to save Final Fantasy V for last, because it's my favorite one in the series, so that's why we're going to save it for last, but there you go. Anyway, the section of the castle we're going to go to is over there, so we'll go there in just a moment. But first, let's go up to the actual throne room and go find this little secret passage. Now, which right is he talking about? Is he talking right relative to where we're looking, or right relative to the thrones? Well, I'm going to go this way because I know which one it is. It's right relative to the thrones. And you get this little prompt right here, but if you utter the magic words, Ekmet Telois. Yeah, there's a secret passage in the wall here. So then you can walk through, and we can go find the secret way through the castle to get to the White Mask. So let's go get it. We'll do that, and then I think after that we'll call it a day. We'll probably go to our next location, and then we'll stop there. But there's another secret passage right here, and you can walk along the perimeter wall of the castle to get into this section, where there's already a guard posted. Why didn't I just walk into the walk into the castle from the perimeter and go in those doors? Like, why do I need to use Ekmet Telois? Whatever, there's gold equipment in here. Here's a gold cuirass, which I guess I could have not bought and then equipped, but I have so much money at this point I don't care. It's fine. I think if you walk one step to the right here as well, you just end up outside, like, on the world map. So, not so great, but, you know, it is what it is. So, I think we're good to go. Let me just check it out. We can get Maria some more evasion, that would be fantastic, but Guy's doing pretty good himself. He'll get more evasion out of the shield that I'm going to get him eventually. Is he going to get the best shield in the game? I think so. I think that'll get him 99%, so... Matter of fact, just thinking about it, yeah, definitely, because I think it gives like 3% more evasion per level than the golden shield, so... He will definitely get extra evasion out of that. So, and let's see, level 9. So maybe one more level on your axes, and then I think you'll be good for the rest of the game there, Maria. Everybody else is doing good. Magic-wise, we got to work on Dispel, Holy, Toad, and Haste, and we will work on them as we go. But enough of jibber-jabbering my mouth off. Let me do this real quick. Because I am not very deeply familiar with the overlay, rather, the outline. That's not, neither of those are the words I'm looking for. I'm not very familiar with the map here, so we're gonna use a map. Like I said before, Starfighter 76 has some maps on GameFAQs that will that are pretty good as well for this section. Me personally, I'm actually on the Final Fantasy Wiki. There are high quality cuts of the, not cuts, but like screenshots. I don't know if that's even the right word, because it's out of the official strategy guide for the Dawn of Souls version of this game. There's actually screenshots of the maps that were available in that one, and there's those screenshots actually are available on the wiki, so I just use those personally. Blanket cast this life. See how it does. It's level 6, so it might not kill all of them. It won't kill the stunner, but wow, I missed quite a few. That's surprising. Got that one though. Already moving up in the world with that Toad Tome, huh, guy? Very nice. And yeah, might as well just use Holy. I'll let them hit the front guy. You can help me hit the back guy with fire. And there we go. Because I don't think this Holy will kill this Wraith. I think he's got enough HP to where a level 2 Holy won't quite kill. Oh, never mind. There we go. I was about to say yeah, but nope. Off he goes. Got a spirit out of the upgrade out of that too. But we only got a knife out of that chest, and the stuff that you can get on these first few floors isn't so great, honestly. But I don't know if it's because they maybe designed this area with the idea in mind that you could get here earlier, or what, but yeah, you can't get great stuff out of these parts yet. That's okay. We'll get some good stuff later. When we get a little further down, there's a knife upgrade in here for Firion, but I'm probably not going to use it because the Mengosh is keeping him at 99% evasion, which helps him maximize his agility. So I'll just hold on to that one. If I was attacking offensively with the knife more often, I would probably switch, but I'd keep the Mengosh because that 5% evasion is pretty nice. So, excuse me. Well, you killed that guy last time, so might as well just let you do it. Do that. Do that. Let's see if we can get your Thunder spell up, because I think a Ghast you should be able to kill with Thundara. I don't think they're particularly strong, so at least not at this point, anyway. No, they're strong enough to survive that. Now, an enemy is resistant to... that's resistant to an element. That doesn't mean that they will never get killed by it, but it does mean that they're basically, they have a 50%, just a flat 50% resistance to it. So you're going to need to have a lot higher level of spells in order to overcome their ability to dodge it. So. Nice. Quite a few things for Layla there. Good. Like I said before, she's going to be sticking around for quite a while, so we might as well let her get some good boosts while she's here, you know. So, just let you stand pat. Maybe get a Toad off here. See how many of them we hit. Okay, that's fine. We'll have a few left for Layla and Maria to take care of. Toaded that guy. Yeah, Toad's not really going to come into its own for a little bit yet because we're dealing mostly with the undead at the moment. Once we get out to the point where we can fight something other than undead enemies, it'll be a little easier for it to actually work pretty well for us, so. Oh good, you got the haste off before anything else happened. That's good. And the dispel before the end of the fight. There's some magic defense and some intelligence for Guy as well. Good. Also getting agility everywhere, so that's nice as well. Should come in handy for us. We're starting to get a lot of preemptive strikes now, so that's helpful. You know, it makes it easier for us to just take care of business when we've got a free turn at the beginning, you know, so. I don't know why I'm running. I don't really need to run. Maybe because the enemies around here kind of suck, so I like to get to the good stuff. I mean, you can probably take care of that guy. I'll let you toad the stunner. Maybe to do it this way, rather than blanket casting life and ending up having to do another turn anyway. Let's just do this, you know. Life's already at a decent enough level. Okay, didn't hit the toad that time, but that's okay. Because it's just a stunner, so it won't take too much to take care of him. So. Yeah, like if that was a weakness hit on an undead enemy, that would have, like, 110%. Like, it would have done a lot more damage than 150 something, you know, so. Alright, go grab this treasure. Again, nothing particularly good. Clothes? You can do better than clothes, game. Come on. Yeah, the stuff in here, at least for the first few floors, it kind of sucks. So, we won't be getting anything particularly good out of it, but that's okay. We'll make it work. And the exit is in the top right-hand corner, and we can go here. And by here, I mean the map that I'm looking at on my screen that all of you can't see. Sorry. Okay. There are a bunch of doors around here. Sorry, I just hit the mic stand. A bunch of doors around here as well that lead to just fake rooms, so I wouldn't worry too much about them, honestly. They're just kind of there. So just walk right past them. I'll tell you when we need to actually pay attention to which door we're going in. There is another situation of pick a door in here. So, we will pick a door. Just not yet. Alright, got a holy level out of that. Very good. Some more agility. Can't hurt. Let's see. Do I want to use life here? I mean, I guess I might as well, you know, why not, right? And then... yeah, I'll see if we can get a toad off, why not, as well. I probably should have hit the Revenant in the back row with life instead. Because now, I don't know who the hell Layla's going to hit, but Guy's probably not going to hit something that can actually be toaded with Toad, so... yeah, it's Matter Elemental, so most undead enemies that you'll be fighting will have a resistance to it. Which is fine, you know, it's just one of those things you just deal with. You can fight the Revenant, why not? Haven't really been using the spell a whole lot, I'll have to start working on that. It's just tough for me because it's like, once I get Holy, it's kind of like, okay, I might as well just use that, you know? Like, we could use Dispel and do all that shenanigans with Curse, but, like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like something I need to do, you know? It just is like, okay, well, I could do this in boss fights, but then if Dispel isn't a high enough level, it won't matter if I do it in a boss fight because it won't disable enough barriers in order to make it so that Curse can hit more effectively, so I gotta keep raising it. It's like, it's one of those things, though, with this game in terms of, like, I guess it could be considered a potential shortcoming, honestly, because, like, you gotta... at certain points, it just feels like you're casting spells to cast them, you know what I mean? You're not casting them for the explicit purpose of doing damage or crippling the enemy, you're just casting them because, you know? Like, you're not casting them to do something with them. So, here's a Brain. They're weak to Mind Elemental, and they're one of the only enemies in the game that are actually weak to Mind Elemental spells, so getting Curse on them is a decent idea. They can cast some good spells like Fog, but I think they can also cast Swap, if I remember correctly, which would be, I guess, a little problematic, but yeah, we're fine. We can handle this. Especially with Curse up, like, they don't really stand much of a chance at that point. There's another Dispel level. There's a fake door above us. Here's a potion. Like I said, the loot at the moment is not the greatest. But then again, like, we've got some pretty great equipment to begin with, so it's kind of tough to get a lot of good loot at this point, you know? So, you two double up over there. I'm gonna just get Curse on you. And we'll dispel the other guy, I guess, for... No, never mind, we won't. We will dispel this one, but we'll already have Curse on him. Changer. So for some reason they throw both of the brain-looking enemies at you in the same dungeon. This is a Changer. He's basically like a worse brain. So maybe we'll get a haste off. Probably not. Yeah, I didn't think so. Changers aren't so great. They don't have as much HP. So not really anything I'm too worried about. A Maiden's Kiss. And I think that's the last treasure on this floor. There's another fake door directly above us. And then the way out is a staircase coming up in just a minute. Again, top right corner of the room. So, how many more floors have we got? 3? Yes, 3 more. Where are we going to end up? Right there. And all of those are fake. Okay. Sorry, just looking at the map real quick to make sure I know where the hell I'm going. Yeah, might as well dispel. Why don't you just beat up that Changer? We'll let Guy do a Blizzard on the Parasite. And then we can go from there. Might want to Ether soon. As well, just so that way I can do so. And say I did so. Well, Dispel is level 3 at this point, so if it hits with all 3 of its hits, and it does what it says it does on the wiki, that means it should dispel Mind Elemental resistance. Now, these guys don't have a Mind Elemental resistance, so that's not really going to matter too much, but if they did, we might be able to do something with it, so... And Maria's only 5 HP off of Firion now from being... exactly even with him. She'll get there 1 HP at a time as she goes, so. I can't believe Maria is going to not have the least amount of HP in my entire party. That almost never happens for me, but then again, I don't usually make her the melee unit, so that's probably part of the reason why. I guess I can try Toad. I don't really think Toad's going to work too well on a Parasite, but I don't know. Worth a shot, I guess. Top everybody off. See where we end up at the end of the turn, you know? Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't even know if they're resistant to matter. I just think that they have good magic defense to cut through, so... I was thinking about throwing Ether or 2, but... I guess I can do it with Guy and Layla for that Ethereum. Or just do it next battle. I could always do that too. Maria got more strength. Not that she needs it at the moment. Well, actually, does she? No, I think she's already... Yeah, she's already done with her strength. And every little bit that she gets now will help anyway, because she doesn't have all of the gear that boosts her... that boosts her accuracy just yet, so... By virtue of boosting her strength, so... Oh, good, a Killer Mantis. Didn't think I was going to see you guys till Mysidia. Oh, wait. Let's just get Curse going. Or not Curse, Haste going. Because why not? We won't kill the Killer Mantis this turn, but that's fine. I don't think he has any particular resistances, so... Dispel doesn't really do a whole lot against him. Again, it's more of one of those things that I feel like I'll use it more in boss fights than anywhere else, so... If it doesn't really see much use for right now, it's like, okay, whatever. Boy, are you sure that haste didn't hit because she just got 10 hits off? That's quite a lot. Alright, so the equipment down here is going to start getting a little bit better the further we go in here. Actually, one of the pieces of equipment we're going to get on this floor is real good, so... And, let's see... might as well do a Holy, why not? Maybe between the 3 of you, you'll be able to get rid of one. Guy can get rid of one by himself because of Blizzard, but we'll see what happens. Holy also got an animation upgrade because it's level 3. So it's Holy Ra now, basically. And because of how much I end up using Holy, I would not be shocked if I have Holy and Flare once we get it for Guy at level 10 by the time the game is over, if I'm honest. It's one of those things, like I said, once I get it, I just start using it a lot, so wouldn't be surprised. We'll see, but I wouldn't be surprised. Also kind of like how Fairy and Maria and Guy, or not Guy, and Layla's HP totals have all worked out. Like, it feels like everybody's pretty even, which is kind of nice, I think. Nice and even at not even close to 1,000 HP, like where everybody has already blown past when they play this game. Because they don't get enough agility. Agility is so helpful. Okay, Maria might get hit. Never mind. I mean, I just said that, but then Layla got an HP increase, so maybe not so much, but that's okay. Excuse me. Might as well work on Dispel in a battle where I don't think we're going to need too much effort. Get haste going. And then just go to town. I'm not really worried about it. If they get hit, okay, big deal. They're going to take like 1, maybe 2 hits from these guys, so... Because they've got good evasion. And the more that they get swung at, the more chance they'll have of boosting evasion, Maria and Layla will. So, you know, might as well let them get a swing in. Take a swing, bro! Right here, bro! Like that. Okay. Got a Holy off, so we'll get some experience with that. And then, Guy, I was going to say, if all else fails, just blast it with Blizzard, and then we'll be done. Still getting those weakness hits, so those are still doing pretty good for us, but eventually those will fall off, and we'll have to do something else. In the meantime, though, we get a Flame Shield from this chest, and that one's real nice, because the Flame Shield provides protection from ice, and ice is the most difficult element in the game to get out of Barrier, because of the fact that I think there's a couple of, like, heavy pieces of equipment that let you resist ice as well, but if you want Barrier to give you ice resistance, you need to hit with all 8 levels of a level 8 or higher Barrier spell. That's the only way you'll get ice resistance out of Barrier specifically. So the Flame Shields are pretty good. If you don't have like top tier shields for any given person, hold on to those Flame Shields because they will do you a lot of good. They'll do you much more good than any other shield that you can stick in that slot if you don't have a better version. So I'm going to hold on to that one for now. I won't need it for a little bit, but we will keep it in mind, and then we'll use it in a little while. Preemptive strike on 1 Killer Mantis, huh? Okay, fair enough. Do that. Maybe Toad will work. I should probably also work on haste, but I can do that later. For now, like I said, Toad is kind of priority numero uno. We've been working on it and haste pretty evenly, but it's fine. And once we get the cast off, I can kind of do other things. Usually, I think if I remember correctly, you get the most experience for a spell the first time you use it in a battle. Like, you get a little bit of diminishing returns on spells that you use repeatedly, so... Sometimes I don't cast I'll cast a bunch of different spells rather than the single one, because I'll get diminishing returns on it otherwise. So, at least I think that's how it works. I could be wrong about that, but that's been my experience anyway. Okay, Maria got hit. That's good. I mean, it's not good for them because now they're going to have to deal with a pissed off axe user, but, you know, we'll let them deal with the pissed off axe user. I'll use Berserk as well just to emulate the being pissed off part. No, don't hit Fairy. Not that you'd be able to, because he's in the back row, but, you know. Alright, so now we'll let Guy try Toad out next turn. And then we should be able to go from there. Okay, I just want to see how much damage Maria hits for here. You guys are messing with the wrong person, though, I'm telling you. Actually, let's cast Holy over here so she can whack this guy upside the head. See if Toad can go off with the spell. And then we'll go from there. Just want to be extra mean to them? Something like that, Conquer. Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, they whacked her upside the head one too many times already, so I figured, let her have some fun. You know, why not? And hello, Conquer. How you doing? Welcome back. We are in the basement of Fynn Castle. We took the castle back. Oh my god, Maria. We took the castle back from the Empire. And now we are on the hunt for the 2 masks that will open up the Mysidian Tower on the way to the Ultima Tome. So, that would explain why... Sorry, I'm looking at a map here. That would explain why Minwu is having such a problem getting in, I would imagine, because he doesn't have... Unless he has the other mask, and we're just, you know, in the throes of finding him as a result of us being on the hunt, so... But yeah, so Minwu's looking for the Ultima Tome. We need to go find Minwu, and then we'll all go work on the Ultima Tome together. So we're going to get the first mask today. We're going to go to the location of the second mask. And then after that, I guess here's a power staff if you want it. Monster in a box. But it's a preemptive strike, so these monster in a boxes aren't really doing a very good job. A Spectre and a Revenant, really? That's what you're going to throw at me? I mean, okay, it's your funeral. Again. Just top Maria off there. Almost 1,000 HP healed from that one. That's pretty great. So... Agility, agility. Nice, nice. Yeah, so I guess if you needed the power staff, you could get it from here instead of getting it from Mysidia, but Gordon's out of the party at this point, so I said, yeah, we'll just grab it, you know. So. Hello, woke up from a short nap earlier, and now you are here. Sounds good, Conquer. Hopefully the nap was nice and restful. It's always good to take a nice little nap sometimes, so just to give yourself a little break. Okay, Ogre Chief and Adamantoise and Stalagmites. Alright, sure, why not? I don't know if the Chief... I know you'll be able to kill the Chief with the Ogre Killer. And you can kill the Adamantoise with Blizzard. I don't know if the Chief will die from Holy, but... we can give it a shot. We've only got 1 floor left after this, and then we should be good to go. I've decided today I'm going to go for a little bit less length, Conquer, in terms of the stream length, because I went for a little bit more last time. In order to, did I mention why I went for a little more stream length? If I didn't, or if it wasn't clear why I went for a little more stream length last time, it was because I wanted to see how much of a pain in the ass it would be to see if I could get the good gear from the Lamia Queen boss we fought at the beginning, the haste tome from the sorcerer that we fought in the castle, and then potentially the haste tome from the boss of the castle. So I wanted to, and those would take a little bit to get, so I figured, okay, so I'll go for some length, get to exactly that point, and then test it myself. And I did, and it was a little bit of a pain, enough to the point where I was like, you know what, we just won't even do that, we'll just roll with whatever we get. And thankfully we got some good stuff. We didn't get a ribbon out of the Lamia Queen, but we got some good stuff otherwise, so. Alright, so you can definitely kill with, kill the Ogre Mage there. But yeah, so if I didn't mention it, that's why I did a little bit more on this, on the last stream compared to this one. So. Wasn't as restful as you would have liked, but oh well. Yeah, I know how those go, honestly. Like sometimes I try to take a nap and like during the day because I'm like, okay, I got like half an hour, 45 minutes. I can just take a little quick nap, and then it's like, okay, well, I barely got to the point where I was into REM, and all of a sudden it's like a snap awake. So, yeah, I get that. Toad's level 5 already? Holy hell. I'll take it. Didn't expect it to be that high already, but then again, I did say we're fighting some pretty high level enemies at the moment, so. Might even be able to Toad this reptile. I've turned a reptile into an amphibian. That's how you know we're using matter elemental spells. There's another Blizzard Tome. Not that I need it. Where the hell am I anyway? Okay, I know where I'm at. So this is why I use a map for some of these dungeons, because I don't remember them very well, and yeah, we would be lost otherwise. I was lost without you, map. Actually, let's let Maria and Layla take care of the front row ones. We can just deal with the Chief. get a Blizzard going. Looks like Blizzard might be the highest level spell out of the 4 elemental ones by the time the game's over with. Then again, thinking about it, I know how much, how many enemies that we're gonna fight in the later parts of the, like the last few dungeons that are weak to either Scourge or Thunder. And those ones have a lot of HP and physical defense, so Scourge and Thunder might make a comeback later. Of course, Fire will always be useful because undead enemies are prevalent, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Get a Toad going again. Finish this guy off. I've made another amphibian. They're going to be an invasive species by the time I'm done with this game, I swear. It's probably not something I should be gloating about, because that would become the next problem. The frogs would rise up and try to take the kingdom once we take it back from the Empire. They would become their own Toad Kingdom. That wouldn't be so good. See if we can haste Layla to get her... Okay, she went before haste went off, but that's okay. I was going to say to get her a bunch of extra attacks on this guy, but it's fine. Oh, Maria got more HP than Firion. It has finally happened. She has become a melee unit. She's never going to catch up to Guy, I don't think, but she's become a melee unit. How about that? Yeah, just do that, and then... I could try for a curse. I don't think we're going to get it off before they kill it, but, you know. Maybe not. Never mind. We'll get it off. Death hamsters. Of course, probably the Dispel isn't really going to help too much in that department, but, you know. The idea, basically, is that I want Firion to go first and get the Dispel off before Guy uses Curse, so we're going to have to figure that part out a little later. There's a Betrayal Fang in that chest. You can use it as an item, hang on, to cast Confuse 16 on an enemy. It's not particularly good, I'd just sell it, honestly. Just doesn't really have the kick that you would really need it to have in order for it to do stuff, especially since it's Confuse, and Confuse is a temporary status ailment, so like it just doesn't really work too well. Oh good, another sewer level. Here I thought I was through with this stuff, but apparently not. Or should I go for Dispel? I'm gonna go for Dispel, actually. It's like, shall I give you Despair, but something slightly different. And we'll see if Guy goes first or Firion goes first. I could equip Guy with some heavier armor to make it so that he's guaranteed to go last, and maybe I'll consider that for later, but we'll see. I was going to say, if I manage to turn Solid Rock into an amphibian, I think Guy needs to get another job, because he might be in possession of the Philosopher's Stone here. Oh, Jesus. But he got intelligence out of that battle, so that's nice. Not this one. Go to dry land first, then go up. Multiple paths in this one. They all lead to the same place, but this section leads to a chest, so that's where I want to go instead. Should be able to kill these guys in one. We've established that Scourge does not do so hot here, so I guess we'll just cast Haste. I mean, Maria's already working as if she's got haste going on, considering the 10 hits she got there. That's why we want to try to get Guy some intelligence boost, though, because he'll be hitting with haste more often if he has intelligence. Because right now, haste has a 50% base accuracy, so he's not hitting it as much because of the fact that his intelligence is about 30. So he's only got about an 80% chance to hit with any one haste spell. So as a result of that, sometimes he just doesn't hit with it. And that's fine, you know, it's not going to make or break us, but it would be nice if he could hit with all of them. Then again, let's remember, we still have those Sage's Wisdoms burning a hole in my pocket, so I could always use those in a pinch to give him some extra punch to his intelligence and to his magical attacks. So, alright, in here is the upgrade from the Men Ghost that I was talking about, the Orichalcum Knife. It's another monster in a box, though. This time we're fighting some Chimera knockoffs, the Rios. I don't remember these guys being... I mean, they're stronger, obviously, than the chimeras, but I don't remember these guys being too bad, so... I'm gonna try for a toad. Why not? I was trying for a teleport as well, but we'll see if those go off. I think they might have like 1,000 HP each, so they're a little tanky, but nothing we can't handle. Yeah, see. Combined efforts of the both of them was not quite enough to get there. Good job hitting that, though, guy. I'll take that. There's another blaze to maybe help us out in terms of our HP and in terms of our whatchamacallit, and in terms of our magic defense. So these Rios are interesting because they're the very first occurrence in the series. Even back in, I think in Final Fantasy II on the NES, the Rios also did this. They're the very first occurrence in the series of bad breath. And that's surprising because bad breath is normally associated with Malboros. And Malboros exist in this game. So you would think that you would at first see it from Malboros. But no, these Rios are, as far as I know, one of the only enemies in the game that use bad breath on you. So, there you go. And this is one of the only fights we're going to get into with them, because I think they're a fairly rare enemy to find outside of here, so... It's just an interesting little bit of trivia, I guess, because you just normally, like I said, associate that with a Malboro instead, but nope, not in this case. Haste, because we already used Toad. I don't know if we'll kill, but then again, I think we killed with Holy, so I think we already have prior damage on this guy. Yep. Cool. Got him. Guy got some agility as well, that's good. Always nice to see Guy getting agility. So the Orichalcum knife, compared to the Mengosh and also the regular knife, because it's a lot better than that, yeah, it's a pretty good boost in terms of attack for Firion, but obviously that's going to affect his evasion. So like right now he's at 99%. If we equip the Orichalcum, gives him a boost, but... Okay, it doesn't affect his evasion at all. So we actually don't even need the Mengosh at the moment in order for his evasion to be 99%. And that's good to know, because that means that now we can actually have Firion potentially take a spot in the front row eventually. I don't know if it's a good idea right now, because he's only got one evasion and 99%. But it means he can equip other knives, which means I can equip him with another knife that we're going to get down the road. We could have gotten today, but we did not get it, so... But down the road, we can get it, and it should make it a little bit easier for him. We're obviously, like I said, going to need to get him some evasion, but we can probably get it for him, and, yeah, what the hell, I'm feeling ambitious. Let's stick him in the front row right now and see how he does. Okay, so we're at the Picador section. I hope you're all ready, because that's what we're going to do right now. What the hell am I going to do with these guys? I guess just cast haste, and then we can go from there. Guess Firion's evasion's high enough to offset the boost from the Mengosh. Yeah, so the Mengosh normally gives a 5% boost per level to his evasion. But he's got enough agility now, and because agility and evasion are directly linked, he's got enough agility now to completely offset the fact that he doesn't have the Mengosh equipped. So, like you said, basically, he's completely ready to just, he's completely ready to just not need it anymore, effectively. So, and that's kind of one of those things with the Mengosh, is it serves very well in the main game in a lot of Final Fantasies, but it does eventually fall off, so. Just because you start to outlive its usefulness, you know what I mean? It just becomes to the point where it's like, okay, you've done enough for me, and it's good that you've done it, but I no longer need it. So... It does give me an idea, though. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it does give me an idea. Oh, another intelligence boost. Good work, guy. How you doing with that? So 64, 56, 68 agility. He's up in the 30s now. That's good. So effectively he has 42 intelligence right now. So that's good. We'll keep that. He doesn't need as much intelligence as Firion needs spirit, because often the white magic buffs are more important than the black magic buffs, especially the way I have them set up, but... Hey, you never know, a little more intelligence will never hurt, so... Alright, so we got Picador. We got 6 doors this time. How do you know which one's which? Well, you don't, because 5 of them are monster traps, but I'll just tell you the correct one. It's this one. And you go in here, all the smog that's in the sewers is gone. From this chest, we get the white mask. So that's one. We only need to get one more. And we've actually been to the location where the other one is. We're going to go there, and then we're going to save it and call it a day. But there's a teleport pad at the back of this one, so that makes it nice and easy for us to get out. Very good, very good. So now, I guess I'll get into a quick incidental encounter with a bunch of hornets. Why not? Let's go rest up at the inn. I will just restock on supplies. I think I just need a couple of little things I might have used. Like, I know I need 1 gold needle. I used one of those, but at this point, we're swimming in money. Like, we don't even have to worry about it, so I'm not super concerned, you know. Also gonna close that map, because I don't need that anymore. And item shop a go-go. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. Sell off all of our excess loot. Actually have more high potions than I needed. I must have picked one up from somewhere. Probably, I think I got one in one of the chests down there, so. Pick up an ether, so we need one of those as well. And we're good, so now we can sell off our other hard-earned loot. Don't need to hold on to all of the extra ones here because I'm not using the mix command. Man, that's another Final Fantasy V reference. I'm not shocked. I'm actually, like, playing a little bit of it on and off screen right now, off the stream. I'm trying not to play it too much because it's like, okay, 2 RPGs playing them at once. That's kind of a lot, but I don't know. Final Fantasy V is one of those games where I can just kind of pick it up and play it and not really have to worry too much about it, you know? So, it doesn't really need a whole lot of prep. Alright, so keep the fire, 1 blizzard, the berserk tome, the protect tome. Other than that, I think, and the flame shield. We need to keep the flame shield. Don't get rid of that, because there's only 2 of them in the game and you cannot buy them, so definitely don't get rid of that one, but we'll hold on to it for later. Alright, I think that's it. Just hold on to that stuff. Oh yeah, I can get rid of that spider silk and betrayal fang as well. We don't need those, so just get rid of that. Go. We can't cast Confuse currently, by the way, and Confuse is actually one of the toughest tomes in the entire game to get. You can only get it... Oh, I can sell the Mengoshin. Where did all this stuff come from? It must have been... I must have not sorted my inventory, or I must have not looked at it. So, whatever. I mean, I picked it up. I know I picked it up, but I didn't see it down there, so... Blind Tome, don't need that. Yeah, so... What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying either way. It must not have been. If it's important, it'll come back to me. That's the point. So. And am I gonna get rid of you? See, the problem, if you get rid of the Mengosh, you can't get it again. There's only one in the entire game. So if you get rid of it and you want it back later, you're kind of screwed. So maybe I won't get rid of it just yet. Maybe I'll hang on to it for now, just so that way I can say I've got it, you know. Oh yeah, and Maria has lower magic defense than Firion and Guy. I think I mentioned this before, because the gold hairpin actually gives some magic defense, so we'll be able to fix that in a little while. We just need to find the other gold hairpin, which shouldn't be too long before we find that. I mean, we won't find it until we're done in Mysidia, but, you know, that's fine. Okay, so we are all ahead full. Okay, I guess I'll get into another incidental encounter with random hornets that just decide they want to take down a bunch of people that have killed a behemoth at this point. Sure, that sounds like a great idea. I get the feeling your health plan's not going to cover for that. Alright, so I was originally going to go to Mysidia, but since we got Layla her Flame Lance and we bought the Holy Tome already, we actually don't need to go to Mysidia just yet. We have the White Mask, so we can actually use it in Mysidia in order to open up the next part that we can go to, but we can't actually do anything with the White Mask opens up the Mysidian Cave, which is right here. But you need the Black Mask in order to open up the second section of it. So until we get the Black Mask, we can't actually open the second section of the cave. We won't be able to get to the key to get into the tower, so yeah. No point in even going back there just yet until we get the Black Mask. And the Black Mask, as it turns out, is in the other section of the tropical island, so that is where we will head next. I might, since I'm like... Basically, once we get to the tropical island, I'm going to call it a day. But since we're at the point where I'm, like, in between and I can kind of just say, okay, well, here we are, I might go and take care of the rest of the Snowcraft stuff. Oh, the Orichalcum is good against sea monsters, by the way, aquatic enemies, so that's why it's going to do so much damage here. So just in time, Furion, just in time to come to the front row to smack these guys up. That's great. Yeah, so I might go and take care of the rest of the Snowcraft stuff, since it's right there, basically. I might as well do it, you know. Ooh, I was going to say that's not going to be quite enough to take care of that guy, but that's okay. I should probably be having Guy cast haste, though, even though it probably isn't going to proc, but, you know, like I might kill before that happens, but hey, it'll get him a little bit of extra experience while we sail there. So yeah, I'll go take care of that. We'll get a little bit of extra money. And again, at this point we're swimming in money, and there's nothing really I need to do with it for the rest of the game, so it doesn't matter that I get it or not. Did I pass the little... no, I did not. Okay, it's this little jut right here. This one points to the island, so there you go. Just go down when you get to this point. And you should see it before too long, I think. I was going to say, I feel like I passed it, but... Nope, we were just in time, so... Alright, so since haste is level 3, don't multi-target it. It's probably not going to work too well for you. And then there we go. If he gets it off, he gets it off. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And there we go. See, like I said, it's worth it to cast anyway, because you might just get a random level out of it, so I'll take it. Let's see. So your Toad is almost level 6. That's good. We're going to keep working on that for a little bit, because you don't have access to... I mean, all these are in good shape, all your damaging spells. If we get to an enemy with an elemental weakness, of course I'll use it, but otherwise we'll try to cast Toad. Unless it's a Flan, in which case I'll probably just have you cast, well, elemental magic, because like I said, that's what we use that for, so... Get some haste going, and you should be in good shape. Berserk will have you use in the next boss fight, so that way you can get that going. Furion already, despite having just bought those. This is what I mean, though. The enemies around here are very powerful, so, like, you're going to get levels on your spells, even if you just get them very quickly, because the enemies are at a powerful and at a high rank, so... Alright, so here's the island. In order to get to the Snowcraft, I just need to go around the peninsula here, so let's go there. And I will go take care of the Snowcraft stuff while I'm over here. I'll show you all the extra money I get in the interim. And then we will return. I don't want to say this too quickly, because knowing my luck, I'm going to end up getting into a bunch of random battles, and it's going to keep me from getting done with the stream. Like, right at the end, but that's okay. So let's just get there first. How about that? We'll get there, and then I'll say my little spiel. Of course, we could stop off on these little patches of land here, but that wouldn't really help us too much now, would it? What will help us is a quick visit to the Snowcraft, though, in order to get the rest of the Gil. Sir, I don't think this is going to help you. As a matter of fact, I'm fairly certain this is going to hurt you. You'll get a haste out of it, so that's fine. So yeah, I'll go do the rest of the card playing. I'll spawn some money from the ether, and then I'll meet all of you back by the ship for the next episode of Final Fantasy II, the Stream Edition, where we'll head to the tropical island to grab the Black Mask, and then we'll take it to Mysidia and see what we ultimately need to do with it. And while we're there, we'll check the bookshelf for all the new terms that we have just hanging around in our inventory, so we can see what new lore we can learn about the world before we tackle the Mysidian Tower. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I will see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, actually, I did not say. But, so the next one is going to be the last episode of Portal 2. That's going to be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Cole and I will finish it up because we got very far on last week's episode. So we'll finish it up this week. And then it'll be all Final Fantasy II for the rest. So we will come back for this one this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. Well, hey, if I hang out over here, it might be a little bit cold because the mountains are snow-capped, but at least I'm not going to be getting frostbite while I'm hanging around in the snow cavern this time. Guy, you don't need to use level 7 fire on me. We will be fine standing around right here. Lucky devils, at least their room's going to be cold tonight.